bread. I'm in the temple of Pan. And I know you can't be here in the physical, but I do invite you to be here in the spiritual. No. Light a candle or whatever you gotta do. So you will be here with me tonight. I need to have a very good connection with you. Psychically. Blessed be. But hey, isn't that fun? I'm in the temple of Pan. I'm in the temple of Pan. Light a candle or whatever you gotta do. You gotta do. You gotta do. So you will be here with me tonight.
The moon is full and the stars are aligned and the sky is an eerie black. It's the night of the biggest vampire on the hunt on the attack. He spreads his wings as he takes from the air like smoke from a roaring fire, salivating for a little slice of that sweet carnal desire. On your marks, get ready, set, go! 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 On your marks, get ready, set, go!
Live from Las Vegas, Nevada, and the upper Pacific Northwest of the Americas. It is the one and only TWO Stone Rooney. Once again, we are live. I am Johnny.
And I am Marco. And what another glorious Tuesday it is.
Is the music still playing?
Yep. But now it stopped.
All right, there we go. We are live tonight. We are. My laptop has taken a shit once again tonight, so we are going old school tonight. So it should be fun. It should go pretty smooth.
Yeah. Going back to our roots, as they say.
We are live. I don't know why I have to keep saying that. I gotta stop doing that.
You have to keep reminding yourself. We hit the button, right? Okay, we are live. Good.
Oh, are we?
Yes.
We are
Okay,
live.
we're good. All right, we are good. We are live. Today, I'm switching it up tonight. I got some black magic blueberry Kush sativa, 39.8% THC.
That sounds like that's flour, right?
Yep,
That's pretty high for flour.
that is the highest I think flower I've ever smoked.
Yeah,
It
I was
is
gonna
like
say that's
scientific.
yeah, it's a scientific abomination, is what it is.
So I went to Green Light today, and I go, I want the best of the best. I want the highest of high shelf.
Mm-hmm.
$45 a gram.
Jesus.
I took one hit. One hit. I didn't even roll it up. I put it in a glass pipe, took one hit, and I'm
Rip roaring, ready to go.
and I'm not even on edibles tonight. This is just straight up get me fucked up weed. So thank you.
Me, on
Black
the other
magic
hand,
it is.
Black Magic, I'm gonna have to keep an eye out for that next time for sure. As you are well aware, Johnny, I'm a cart man myself, and I am smoking a one that I have never seen before is Mount St. Helens Huckleberry.
Mount St. Helens Huckleberry. Now,
Yeah.
is it grown in the lava of Mount St. Helens?
It's grown at the base of the mountain where the ashes are still piled up. They were digging for survivors, and all they found was this weed.
I remember seeing in school, a history class, they showed when Mount St. Helens erupted. I think, when was it, in the 80s or 70s?
80s.
And it basically just looked like it was snowing, but it was like pure ash that got in your lungs and killed you.
Well, let me tell you that I'm in the Pacific Northwest, so I wasn't born when this happened, but my parents were, and they told me they have very vivid memories about what happened the day Mount St. Helens exploded. Because, again, this was before the internet, so you were just minding your own business one day. And from where my parents were when Mount St. Helens exploded, it was probably like a few hours drive away. Like, it was a long ways away. And all of a sudden, in the middle of summer, it just started snowing.
That's crazy.
And then as they realized, it's like, wait, this isn't snow. What the hell is going on? And they looked around. They just saw a wall of black cloud coming right for them.
Now, were they able to breathe?
No, they pretty much just ran into their cars, closed it, and prayed for dear life. And just waited it out.
So, but there was still enough oxygen to breathe in the car, I guess.
Yeah, and then it took.
And you do have a filter.
Yeah, it was rough. It fucked up their cars, and it fucked up the area for a long time. And the area where Mount St. Helens exploded, it has recovered, but not by a lot. Like, there's still a massive fucking crater there. And the thing that's crazy about Mount St. Helens is that it was a volcano and it did erupt, but it didn't erupt. It fucking exploded. Like, it looked like a fucking nuclear bomb went off, and it covered the entire Pacific Northwest in ash.
And so why would somebody name a weed after a horrific incident like that?
I imagine that's probably where it came from, was probably the area. So they just did. Because Mount St. Helens actually is a very beautiful mountain, even with that massive crater inside of it.
I mean, what's next? 9/11 Orange Kush?
Don't tell me you wouldn't smoke that.
Twin Towers? Yeah, dude, it'll blast you off.
Yeah, I'm smoking Never Forget 420.
Now, there is legendary of Indonesian weed and weed grown on volcanic ash. that is some of the cleanest, best weed out there. So maybe they know something that we don't up in Mount St. Helens.
Yeah, volcanic ash is actually ash in general is actually really good for the environment, and it's good for the soil. And yeah, I could see that where volcanic ash could actually help marijuana grow better or stronger or faster. I believe that. And also with Mount St. Helens ash in particular, what's interesting about that is my grandma, she actually got a jar of the Mount St. Helens ash and she held on to it. And,
oh, wow.
Yeah, just so that she could, show it to people and just be like, this shit was everywhere. This happened. You know what I mean? And
and it lasted for a while too. I mean, it wasn't like just an explosion and
yeah,
it was
like,
over.
Yeah, it was an explosion, and then everything was just coated in fucking ash for like a couple weeks, and it took forever for everything to clean up. The forest that Mount St. Helens was in, like the trees, like it straight up looked like a nuke went off. The trees were fucking burnt. It looked like a giant fucking bomb had went off. But the thing that's crazy about the ash from Mount St. Helens is that if you can get enough of the ash, condense it into a solid form, and superheat the fuck out of it, you can turn it into an emerald.
Really?
Yes.
I'm gonna get some charcoal. Bring your grandma's can over.
Yeah. I seriously considered that. I was like, where is that jar?
you make some emeralds today.
Yeah, I can make some quick jewelry and sell it to some hippies.
God, shit blowing at Mount St. Helens.
Yeah, and then there's that picture of Mount St. Helens exploding that everybody knows, where it's like that photo of like really fucking close to when the mountain exploded, and that was like all over like Time magazine and like news reports and shit. I always wondered like how the fuck did they get that picture? And there was a guy there who, I guess that was his job, was that he was watching Mount St. Helens and he was keeping track of it and noticed the bulge that was slowly growing. And when it exploded, he took those pictures and then he realized that there was nothing he could do to survive. So what he did was he pretty much just took as much pictures as he could, packed up the camera and the film, and put it in the case, then put that case in a case, put that case in his backpack, and then he threw himself on top of his backpack. And saved the footage.
He turned into rock like Medusa?
Yeah. Seriously, he looked like one of those fucking Pompeii guys. He was just in a fucking fetal position, hugging his fucking backpack. He was charred to a crisp.
You know, I prefer just having a regular job.
Yeah. Your job is to watch this volcano and tell us when it's going to explode. It exploded right now.
He died a hero. No, he didn't. He died a dumbass.
He died for his job.
It's like the guy that jumped off the cliff and his chute didn't open and he died and everybody's crying. I'm like, what do you think is going to happen?
The dude base jumped off a fucking cliff.
Guys that are driving cars 200 miles an hour and die.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not sad. The saddest thing, though, was that guy that got both of his legs cut off. The IndyCar driver.
Oh, yeah, that's...
The guy in the Target car.
Yeah. Yeah, that's gotta suck. Not only did you lose, but you lost your legs, so you're never going to fucking drive again.
Actually, he's been driving.
Oh, well, did they give him like a one of those, those like hook legs so that he can like hook it to like the gas pedal and the brake?
No, it's all steering wheel drive.
So what, he has like buttons on the steering wheel for gas and brake?
Yeah. Much like the quadriplegic guys have, in their vans.
Right. Yeah. Because I mean, I guess, okay, yeah, we have the technology. Why not? But I can see a lot of things going wrong with that setup.
I had a friend that dated a quadriplegic girl, and I had to drive her van home one night, and that was I want that. I
Yeah,
mean,
those vans are fucking heavy duty. They got all that equipment. They got to haul all that shit around. Yeah, those vans ain't no joke.
no, it didn't have a gas or brake pedal. It was all hand. You got to put the gas with your hand and the brake with the other hand. And I'm like, this. All cars should be like this, like a motorcycle, basically.
Yes, because you trust your own hand-eye coordination that much, but you can't trust your feet.
I can't. Sometimes they go weird on me.
Yeah, they go numb every so often.
Oh God. No, yeah. So it's if it isn't one thing, it's another. But you know what? I'm excited because it's October.
Indeed, it is.
Technically not for us yet, but I mean, for everybody else.
By the time you're listening to this, it'll be October.
And man, I love October. It is the best. You get to bring out the hoodies. It's no longer the weather's no longer trying to kill me in Las Vegas. Oh, I love a chilly Vegas night. Oh, with my hoodie. Oh, there's nothing better.
Yeah, and it's starting to get cold out at night, and we're gonna have to light fires here soon. And on one hand, that's really annoying because bringing in firewood and chopping firewood, that sucks. But having a fire is so nice.
For some reason, every time I have chicks over with fire, I never get laid.
Yeah, they're too distracted by the fire.
They watch the fire and then they're tired and they got to go to sleep. There's nothing sexual about a bonfire.
No, and especially with me. Yeah, there's that. I'm sure you've heard that saying of anytime there's a fireplace when you're camping or you're at a bonfire, you know that there's going to be one white dude who's going to be standing guard over that the whole time.
Yep.
That's me.
Yeah, and I'm always the guy where the smoke goes right to my face, no matter where I sit.
Oh, my granddad used to say a thing like that when I was a kid and smoke would get blown into my face. He'd say, "Well, smoke follows beauty, and beauty was a horse."
Oh God. Yeah, I mean the trees are changing colors, the leaves and the Halloween. Halloween, you get to put up the Halloween. I've been debating since I now have a home.
Mm-hmm.
It just dawned on me the other day. I was driving home, looking at people's, October. Why am I saying October? Like it's like we can't say Halloween. Like I'm some kind of censoring myself, like they do with Christmas for the holiday. And I'm driving by, and I'm like, "Oh man, it'd be so cool if I could do." I'm like, "I have a house. What is wrong with me? I can do this stuff now."
Yes, but when you put decorations on your house, you're making an open call for trick or treaters to show up, and you don't strike me as somebody who hands out candy.
Oh, I'd love to hand out candy if people would show up.
Okay, well then, yeah, maybe put up some decorations, and they'll think you're part of the spirit.
Every year I get a box of full size bars. And no one ever showed up.
Well, guess who's eating all of these chocolate bars?
Exactly.
Then, you kids.
Women and chocolate go together hand in hand. Women love chocolate. Pause Reality is here. I am watching on TV. Can't talk much at the moment, by the way.
No worries, man. No worries.
He's here. We love Pause. A good buddy, Pause.
Absolutely.
I think he might have Facebook friend me. If I don't know, I might be weird about that. I don't know.
You might be weird about a lot of things involving social media, to be honest.
Do you know how somebody like Facebook friends you and they're the same person like that's in your mind that he is? But I think that's him. Probably not. But like I said, October, we got the Halloween. Now, you guys live out, you probably don't have any trick-or-treaters where you guys live because you live in the woods.
Yeah, if there's anything spooky that comes up to my door asking for candy, that is not a trick or treater. That's a fucking Wendigo.
Fucking Wendigo. I've had great memories of trick or treating as a kid. I've had great Halloweens.
Yeah. I always have fun on Halloween.
And to this day, I will always remember that woman that handed me the tiny whatchamacallit, wearing nothing but panties and a Motley Crue t-shirt. You know, the baseball style shirts with the white with the black sleeves.
Yeah.
Oh my God, with girls playing in the background.
What kind of costume is that? I'm a groupie.
I just think she was getting ready to go out.
Yeah,
But
she just woke up and was like, all right, time to hit the town. And oh, fuck, it's Halloween.
it was one of those things where I had my little bag, our pillowcase. She put it in there. She closed the door, and I just stood there staring at the door, I think, for 20 minutes. And I've been horny ever since.
I can't say I blame you. I probably would have done the same thing. I've just been staring at the door. And you're like, what just happened?
I'm like, Jesus, moms don't look like that. Who is this woman? Especially in Wisconsin, women don't look like that.
Oh yeah, I can imagine. Yeah.
Oh God, yeah. And then, I mean, I don't know about the spooky movies.
Oh, actually, there is one thing that I wanted to bring up to you that I think would be fun for us to do for October.
Yes.
So there's a short story that was released in the 60s that was called I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream. And yes. And I think it was in like the early 2000s, the BBC eventually did a radio adaptation of that story. And I found it and I listened to it and holy fuck. It is like legitimately horrifying.
And can we do it live?
Yeah,
like get the sound effects and shit going on in the back.
No, the radio drama has all the sound effects and shit. Like that's what I'm saying though. Is like we could play the audio and then like pause it at certain points so that we could like give our critique on it. I already know the story, but I would rather just be here and just to listen to it vicariously through you, because I know the story and I know what to expect, but I would love to hear this go down and just hear your reaction to this story. It's the best way that I can describe it without ruining the plot is that basically it seems kind of campy because the story is basically AI gaining sentience and lashing out against its creators. But like I said, this was released in like 1965 or something like that. So there really wasn't anything like this at the time.
Just imagination.
Yeah, it was just pure sci-fi horror imagination of this one dude who wrote this short story and published it in a sci-fi magazine.
Yeah, we definitely got to check that out. Horror rating. Maybe we need to write a horror episode.
We need to have AI make us a horror episode.
Yeah, but that's me and AI. I don't like it. I think AI.
Which is exactly why we need to listen to I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to listen. I want to listen. People were so creative back then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Where is the creativity now?
It's, well, the creativity, I think a lot of the creativity now is kind of blocked off by a little thing known as copyright laws. So even if you do something that you think is original, chances are it isn't. You probably took inspiration or reference from something and you didn't even realize you did. Then you release something and then someone goes, "Hey, that's my thing."
Did you know Tom Petty hired a guy to sue people
I believe
using the
that's a
same
lawyer.
4 chords? But that was that's all he did. He sued over 1,000 people.
Jesus.
And I remember a friend of mine goes, every time you write a song, of course, you got to give a piece to Tom Petty, because apparently he's the only guy that knows how to play these 4 chords in a row.
He's cornered the market.
He cornered the market on this 4-chord combo that Beethoven used.
Yeah, that Beethoven used hundreds of years ago.
I'm trying to think of the scariest movie I've seen in a long time, and I just can't. They don't really scare me,
Well, yeah, that's one thing I've brought up with people before, and like not just the horror movies, but like some horror video games too, where there's horror movies that are really fucking good, and I love them. But there's a lot of horror movies where like Saw is a good example. Like when you watch a Saw movie, at first you go into it and you're like, oh my God, this is horrifying. But it constantly has this effect where it has to constantly shock you with another crazy thing. And it eventually gets to a point where I'm not even scared anymore. I'm just pissed.
Exactly.
And,
Well, I remember,
and that happens to me in horror games too, where I'm just like, I'm not even scared anymore. I want to find this motherfucker and rip out his goddamn throat. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I remember watching that the first time, and the ending. I'm like, the motherfucker was there the whole time.
Yep.
You motherfucker, fuck this movie. That it didn't scare me. It made me angry because I couldn't figure that out. And then you watch it the second time, you're like, how did I miss all of this?
Yeah. And good horror movies are very few and far between. And I find the older, I find the horror movies that use practical effects, I find I like those more. Like one movie that horrified me when I was little, and people give me shit for saying that the movie scared me, but it was The Fly.
That movie, that movie is, that's not even a horror movie, but it is scary. That's one of the scariest movies ever.
Yeah, I'm like, you're like, that movie is scary as fuck. What are you talking about? Like,
yeah, I'm more scared of seeing real life situations. Like, what was that other one where the guy had 27 days where he had to cut his own arm off or die?
Yeah, James
scary.
Franco. Yeah,
that's scary to me.
Yeah, that movie was fucking intense.
Seeing some guy that can't be killed drives me crazy.
So, yeah, you don't like Jason or Freddy?
No, and I don't like the guys can walk faster than everybody can run.
They're demons. What do you expect?
I mean, the 21-year-old hot track star can't outrun a man walking.
Right. And they have to trip over everything.
Yeah, cars never start.
Nope.
The scariest, I think, would probably be Freddy. Realistically,
Freddy, yeah,
because it happens when you sleep.
Well, yeah, you have to sleep eventually.
Unless you're, from the Midwest. They love that stuff there.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, the idea of somebody murdering you while you sleep, that scares me a little bit.
There was another horror movie I stumbled across. It got like kind of lukewarm reviews, but I really liked it. It was called Hush.
Huh.
You ever heard of that? So
No.
the premise is that the protagonist is a deaf woman who lives alone, and there is a stalker who lives in her house. And she is completely unaware that there is another person in her house.
That's scary.
Yes. And there is a scene in the movie where I felt like a chill go down my spine, because you could see her like reading a book or something, and then you see the stalker like sneaking around in the background, and then he accidentally knocks over like a cup or something, And then he goes like, "Oh fuck," and he goes to run, but then he stops and turns and sees that she didn't react. And then he just like walks over to her, like right behind her, and just like looks at her and just, huh.
Huh,
then-
what's going on here?
Yeah, why didn't she react to that? Interesting. And then just went back into the shadows. So this dude was stalking her, and he didn't even know that she was deaf. But then when he found out she was deaf, he went, "Oh, this changes everything."
I love stalking people.
I don't know if that's something you want to admit.
I used to do. Yeah, I used to be bored. You know.
Sure, but I don't stalk people.
I wouldn't stalk them, but I would just randomly run into people where they after they said where they were on Facebook. You know.
Wouldn't that constitute stalking?
Well, I would. If she's going to be there, why? Maybe I should go there too. I guess
it seems
that's
like a great
stalking.
place. It seemed like a cool place.
I mean, if a girl like this wants to hang out there, I should probably hang out there too, right?
Yeah, there's probably more like her, right?
I had a guy go, "Dude, that's stalking." I'm like, "No, that's not stalking. No, that's stalking." Well, if she didn't want anybody to know where she was, she wouldn't have posted it, right?
Yeah, but you would think that people would have a lot more common sense than that.
I like the bartender chicks that post up every day. Like, "I'll be here from 6 to 10. Come by and say hi."
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And then I'll go sit at the bar and I'll stare at them and I'll go, "Hi, I'm from Facebook. I'm your Facebook friend. Hi. Take another drink. You're really pretty." And for some reason, she never posted again when she's bartending.
You know what? You probably unintentionally did that girl a favor.
Yes. You're really pretty. I like saying that to women and just look at the face of fear. What's over their face?
Yeah, you say it in like the most monotone, creepy way possible, and with a slight smile. It's like, "You're real pretty."
You're really pretty. Mm.
Yeah.
Can I?
It's
another good one too is "You're pretty. Can I take you home and show you to mommy?"
Oh yeah, they love that one.
Women do not want you to talk about your mother.
No.
Don't talk about your mom ever with your lady friend.
Don't talk about any other woman in general with your lady friend, honestly.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah. Anytime I've had a conversation with a woman that's about another woman, it just spirals into this other fucking tangent.
You know, that bitch is crazy, right?
Exactly.
What do you mean? What do you mean she's crazy? Well, you know what? She's on all kinds of medication, and she tried to stab her husband 6 years ago. What?
I didn't even know she was married.
Why do I need to know this?
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, I'm not trying to fuck her. I was just like, I just met her. I just talked to her.
When I did work, I refused to let any of my coworkers be my friend on any social media.
Yeah.
They don't need to be talking about what I do when I'm not at work.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I'm the same. I'm the same way. I've I have a coworker. I have a coworker of mine. I'm not going to begrudge him. I'm not going to blast him. He's just a teenager. You know what I mean? He doesn't know any better. But he tries to connect with me, and he tries to talk with me, and we just don't have anything in common. And
Yep.
And he tries so hard to make a connection, and it just falls flat every time. And one of those things is that, well, no, and a lot of it's me. I'm not gonna lie, a lot of it's me. Because one thing that he said is he kept on asking me. He was like, "Oh, do you use he's like, well, what video games do you like to play? And I was like, I play a lot of solo games. Like what? It was like, oh, like space, like Mass Effect or Stardew Valley or Balatro or RPGs, stuff like that. I really don't like online games all that much. And they're like, oh, well, do you use Discord? No. That's a straight up lie.
No, I don't want to be your friend out of work.
No, I know. I don't want. I tolerate you just enough that I put up with you at work. I don't want to talk to you or meet you or hang out with you outside of work. I get paid to hang out with you. That's where it ends.
I mean, I remember I worked with a guy. Every Sunday I had to work with this guy at the record store.
Oh, goody.
And I don't know if you've noticed, but I've had about 230 jobs.
I'm starting to notice that.
Every day you're like, I thought you said you worked there. I thought I've worked a lot of jobs.
Well, yeah, you told me last night. You was like, oh yeah, I used to be a telemarketer. I was like, really? I was like, well, yeah, for like a day.
Yeah, I don't last long at these employment situations, but every Sunday I had to work with this guy named Brian. Oh God. And he had played in a high school. This guy was like 35, and I was, I think, 19 at the time, working at the Electric Fetus up in Minneapolis.
Electric Fetus, huh?
Yes.
That's a record store?
Yeah, it was half record store, and then the other side of the building was a guitar center.
Electric Fetus.
Yeah, so when I was going to broadcasting school, I got a part-time job at the Electric Fetus.
I'm sure that looks great on a resume.
I mean, at the time, it didn't sound like that crazy of a name, but now it's the craziest name I've ever heard for a record store.
Yeah, seriously.
It was technically in St. Paul, Roseville, but, I don't want to get... Many people know more Minneapolis. But, so this guy had played in a band when he was in high school, and he played one gig, right?
Right.
So every Sunday, I would have to hear the story about him playing this fucking gig.
He just would not fucking let it go.
He had nothing to talk about, ever. That was the only highlight of his life, was playing that one gig. That's the only story he had.
The only reason you should have a story where you played a gig once is if you were in the crowd and the band and you went to see like fucking Motley Crue or something, and the guitar player like just fell off the stage. He's like, oh no, we need a guitar player. He's like, I'll do it.
Exactly.
That's the only reason why you should tell that story over and over and over again.
That was it. I'm like, dude, do you realize that you've told me that story now every Sunday? And he just looked at me and goes, what are you talking about? You do not realize that you're a one-story guy?
You're a one-trick pony, and you don't even realize it.
And I said, I can't work anymore with this guy. I can't do it. I literally want to pull the hair out of my head. This guy drives me nuts. He's the most boring. But he's got to talk the whole time.
Yes.
You got nothing to talk about. Shut the fuck up.
If that's literally all you have to talk about is your glory days, and your glory days was one night.
In the meantime, I just got done having a threesome with two sisters the night before. I want to tell somebody about it, but this guy don't want to hear that.
No, he's too busy waxing nostalgic.
And he's one of those guys that doesn't listen to a word you say.
Mm-hmm.
It's all him. And I'm like, dude, it's like I put a VHS tape in, and you're the same guy every Sunday. The same story. I think you might have worn the same clothes. Like, is somebody fucking with me?
Are you sure this dude wasn't mentally challenged or something? He
might have been. Nobody knew what autism was back then.
Yeah, that dude was popping Tylenol like it's candy.
Like a Tylenol. I just want to see the look of the president of Tylenol sitting at home on a Tuesday afternoon. Or Monday when Trump comes out and he goes, "We're gonna cure autism." The guy from Tylenol says, "Well, let's check out what Trump has to say." Don't take the Tylenol,
Yeah.
motherfucker,
Yeah,
motherfucker.
Yeah, he's calling all of his lawyers and his agents. Is like, sell everything, sell everything.
How much should we give that motherfucker for his campaign?
He's throwing us under the bus like this.
He goes, "Well, President, you didn't give him any. We didn't give him anything. We gave it all to Kamala." Oh, okay. And how much did Advil give to Trump? Billions.
Yeah.
Don't take Tylenol. Take an Advil.
Oh, fuck it. My dad actually brought me some Trump news. I'm sure you've heard that Trump plans on building a ballroom in D.C.
Yes.
and people are shitting their pants about it. And Trump said, "I'll pay for it with my own money." Well, guess where he's getting that money from?
Ooh. Charlie Kirk?
So, no, not Charlie Kirk's corpse. No. So it turns out that Trump sued YouTube for basically them purposefully tampering and fucking with him and his associates and people who openly supported him. And YouTube settled for millions of dollars.
Yeah, I remember when Obama sued all those people and made all that money. Remember that?
Yeah.
Remember when Joe Biden went on that suing spree?
Yeah.
Why? I mean, I loved the idea of Trump. I do. I loved it.
Yeah.
Some billionaire who didn't care about money anymore. He had his own money. He's not even going to take his salary. He's just here to save America. And then all we hear is, well, he sued them and made millions of dollars.
Yep.
Now YouTube's going to build a fucking ballroom with his fucking name on it that's going to sit there until the Saudi Arabians bomb us.
Yeah. I was like that with you too. It was like I wouldn't say that I was like an avid supporter of Trump, but I did like him just because he was the living embodiment of throwing a monkey wrench into the system and watching it burn. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
He's like, yeah, put this dude in here because I know every single one of you hates him and he hates you just as much. This is going to be good.
Yeah, we didn't know he was going to fill the cabinet up of Fox News hosts.
You brought fucking Elon Musk in there, you right-hand man. What the fuck?
And anybody who's ever been associated with Donald Trump has gotten just fucked. Either thrown in jail or look at that poor pillow guy.
Oh,
that poor son of a bitch.
yeah, that motherfucker got so up on his high horse that he made his own fucking broadcasting network.
He does worse numbers than we do.
But the thing is that he's doing worse numbers than us, but he's making money.
I know. You got to be money hungry in this world, or they're going to walk right over you.
Is that why we're failing? Is because we're not hungry enough?
This show would be completely different if we were money hungry.
Yeah. If we actually put in some effort and we actually wanted to get paid to do this, yeah.
Well, first of all, it wouldn't be called Too Stoned.
No.
It'd be called This Week with Marco and Johnny. Marco and John.
Marco and John.
Mark and John.
Yeah.
Mark and John in the evening. Getting wacky.
Yeah. Basic Warner Brothers soundboard audio. Nothing but us doing that over exuberant, high pitch, like, "Hey, Johnny, how are we doing today?"
Hey, let's check in on the weather over there.
Traffic's going crazy today.
Yeah, it's going good, guys. I got
that hurts me just doing that.
I got on iHeartRadio, the app, the last couple of weeks, and I've been listening to morning shows around the country.
Interesting.
And my God, they're bad.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'll put this. I mean, I'm not trying to be delusional, but if you put us in that studio, we would murder you. Literally. You guys are not. I didn't laugh at one thing.
No, I really I'm thoroughly convinced that people who listen to morning radio are people who just have literally nothing better to do with their time while they're sitting on the bus or driving to work or something. You know what I mean? Like I don't see anybody who is an avid like radio show fan. I have never heard anybody talk about fucking local radio shows. Like it's just a thing that exists for some reason now. Like
yeah, I know. And guys like I listened to Bob and Tom the other day. Those guys are making $100 million each.
Fucking how?
And I'm like, this is like church humor. Yes. But that's what people want to hear. You know what I mean? We would clean this shit up if we wanted to make money.
Yeah, that's exactly it. If we want to make money, then yeah, we have to put some work into it, and we have to monitor what we say and what we do. But if we don't give a fuck about getting paid, then we could do whatever the hell we want.
Yeah, that's what we're doing.
Yeah, we're playing in the dirt because it's fun.
You know, Nate Bargatze, everybody made like, dude, your comedy's horrible. What are you doing here? Why don't you just go to the Midwest or something? You should go do the Bible circuit, they told him, because every comedian made fun of him.
Yeah.
Because he's not funny. And he goes to Branson, Missouri. The guy's worth almost $1 billion. He's hosted Saturday Night Live now 3 times.
Yep.
Clean. You got to go clean. If you want to make money, you got to pretend to be a Christian.
Yeah. Or you just got to know the right people.
Oh my God. And you know, it would help too if we weren't so high all the time. It's you know, that should teach kids there. You know, if me and Marco weren't stoned all the time, we'd probably be successful right now.
I don't know about successful, but we probably have a bit more of a our show would be growing at a much better rate, I feel.
Yeah, I mean, we're competing against, you know, podcasters like Dharma and Greg from the ABC show in the 90s.
Wow, we're doing worse than a show from the 90s.
I'm just saying, like, everybody has a fucking podcast now.
Yeah, it gets to the point now where I can't even tell people to listen to the podcast anymore because, like, oh, okay, I'll listen to your podcast if you listen to mine. Like, oh, God, no.
I don't want to do that.
No.
I don't want to do the podcast pop in and leave a comment and then get the fuck out of there. I was here. I ain't listening to your shit, but I was here.
See, I'm being supportive. And now I'm not.
You know, we're just one good retweet away from making it big, man.
Yep, that's all we need is one funny quip, one retweet, a meme, something.
I wish I could remember the name of this documentary I seen about a band, the worst band ever. Like, they weren't good at all. This guy spent, instead of practicing, he spent time making a pulley to get the gear up the stairs.
I mean that does sound useful.
These guys would, every time they went to practice, he would start fiddling around with something else, and they would never practice. And these guys thought they were going to make it. They'd go out and play gigs. There would be like the 2 guys' girlfriends there. One guy's girlfriend would film everything, and the other one would sit there and clap. And the bartender would be there, and maybe the other bands. And they were so bad.
Oh, I've got something kind of similar. I have a friend of mine who's
just hold on 1 second. I'll finish it up real quick. Yeah. The one thing that stood out to me out of the whole documentary was the guy looked straight in the camera. He goes, "It just takes one hot night with the right guy in front of you, and we'll be rock stars."
It never happened.
It just takes one hot night of playing everything perfect and the right guy being there. And then the guy's like, you live in Toledo. Who's going to show what record company guys are going to get in a jet, fly to Toledo?
Agents are in fucking Toledo.
And this is before the internet.
Right.
And that's in his mind. The only reason that these bands are signed and they've made it in life, not because they practice every day. No, because they had one hot night with the right guy in front of them.
That was certainly the case for a few bands.
Yeah, I'm sure Guns N' Roses sucked every night except for that one night.
Yeah.
One day we're going to have to do a real good show. But until then, we're going to figure out how we're going to load our equipment.
Yeah, I'm sure that Guns N' Roses will put on one concert where Axl Rose doesn't show up 2 hours late.
Metallica did put a good point. Jason Newsted, I saw a interview with him the other day, and he goes, all them Guns N' Roses guys look down on everybody. Everyone.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The crew, they hated the fans, they hated anybody that came across them. They were all a bunch of dicks and assholes, and they got one album done, and they pretty much burned themselves out after them last two, and we never heard music from them again. You know why? Because they're assholes. It was never about making music.
Yeah.
Metallica, on the other hand, I don't know. We put out the biggest selling record of all time, and they keep putting records out. And you're like, yeah, well, you do make it in this business from being a nice guy.
You do, but at the same time, they did make Appetite for Destruction.
Yeah,
but that's one thing.
You know what I mean? That's all they did.
But even Axl Rose has said. I saw that when they were making Chinese Democracy and they released Chinese Democracy, and in an interview, someone asked Axl what his opinion was on like the negative reviews on that album, and he said like one of the most realist things I ever heard Axl Rose say. He said that you got to understand that no matter what album I do, it is never going to be better than Appetite for Destruction. It is never going to be that.
No, it's never going to be that. You're never going to capture that because you're living comfortably.
Yeah.
When you were living...
Even Axl Rose himself is just like, I can't do it again. I've tried and I can't.
And the biggest example is Paul McCartney.
Yes.
Guy hasn't written a hit song in 60 years.
Yeah. He had a couple of hit songs with Wings, aka Not the Beatles.
Yep. And that's it.
Yeah.
Other than that stupid Michael Jackson song. Ebony and Ivory.
Yeah, but that's Michael Jackson.
You would think. And the guy's put out like 30 records. You'd think maybe one song would be good.
Yeah, but again...
I have figured it out. You cannot be comfortable in life and create great art. Period. It doesn't work.
No, true art comes from suffering. It really does.
And this is true art, my friend, because me and Marco are suffering.
Yes. We are suffering. Our brain cells are declining at a rapid rate.
We're smoking weed like it's going out of style because the ratings aren't good.
So what you're saying is we need to be in more pain.
More pain. We need people to show up and tell us we suck.
Yeah.
We can't
even have that.
We're too nice. We got to start stomping on toes, I guess.
Apparently, that's what you got to do. Is you just got to start shit. That's what you got to do. Is you just got to light fires.
And everybody you've had on your show leaves very happy. You've done nothing but we're nice to them and accommodate them like nobody ever has.
Yeah,
you guys are too nice.
Well, I've our Dirty Dalish, who we've had on the show before, she told me that, where she said that when she joined up on our show, which we should definitely have her on again in the future.
Yes.
But she told me that after we did the show, she said that going into it, that anytime someone invites her onto a show, she's never really sure how to feel or what to do. Like, she doesn't really know why they want her
Exactly.
on, really, But then, like, halfway through the show, she kind of realized that you and me are just fucking around, not really
Yeah.
doing a show. We're kind of just fucking around, and then she was here for it,
Yeah, this is just a hang. This show is designed, in theory, for people. If you're smoking alone and want to smoke with people, you throw us on. It's like being in a smoking circle, and you don't have to talk. You just got to listen.
Yeah, exactly. Although with recent events that have been going on in your personal life, and I don't need to point it out, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yes.
I do think that these shows are a form of therapy for you.
Yes, they are.
I need somebody to talk to for 2 hours so I can pretend that this shit doesn't exist.
Yeah, I'm just gonna let everybody know what's going on, and figure it out for you. Oh, I still love that guy. He's lying.
Yep.
Well, here's the receipt. You're lying about here's the video. You're all right. I'm not even going to talk about your show anymore. Forget about it. You're not lying, I guess.
Yeah, well, it's that they tell you that you're lying, and then they expect you to respond in kind. He's like, "No, fuck you, you dumb motherfucker. You don't know what you're talking about." But when you respond, you go, you're wrong. Here's the proof."
And if I was lying, it was a bit. You got to know what a bit is. Idiots.
Yes. If it's a lie, it's a bit.
And the bits are so outrageous. If you can't figure out it's a bit, well, then I'm sorry. I can't help you anymore.
Well, of course, people believe the bits more than the actual shit. Look at what people watch. It's all just bullshit, fabricated drama that people come up with. Like, it's like we talked about it before, where people get into these beefs and have the communities argue and fight with each other. And on camera, on YouTube, yeah, they're screaming at each other and motherfucking each other. But then as soon as they stop hitting record, they go, "Well, that was fun."
Yep. Just like that cartoon where the wolf and the sheep clocking it out. How you doing, Ralph? Doing pretty good.
Exactly, yes.
But as I was going down the Charlie Kirk rabbit hole, which I've had enough of it now. I've had enough. There's three camps.
Yes.
There's the official story, which I'm just going to go with. What else are we going to do? Yeah, there's the explosive device that the Jews put inside of his shirt. A explosive device blew his neck off for the Jews.
Yes, the Jews implanted an explosive device in his neck.
No, in his mic.
Oh, his mic. Okay, yeah. Again, Jews, right?
How ironic would that be if the Jews killed him with a podcast microphone? Killing a podcast host with a microphone is the best thing ever. I mean, come on.
Yeah,
give them that.
Yeah, but that's the thing, though. Is like that's so perfect of a story that it's obviously fake.
And they show a guy pulling something on his jacket the same time the shot goes off. We've got that. So we got the explosive in the shirt. And then we have a shooter from the back theory.
Mm-hmm.
And there's another theory that a guy with a cell phone shot him from the side. And so what happened? What's going to change tomorrow? If we find out the truth and somebody else did kill him and it was this how is that going to change your day tomorrow? Even if it is fake, who cares? It doesn't
me-
change anything.
Exactly. Yeah, it doesn't change anything to me. To me, if it turned out that the story was fake, I would just shrug and be like, "Okay, so that's another fake story to throw onto the pile." But there's a lot of people like it's a lot of the crazy shit that's going on right now where people like there's people that are like denouncing America and saying like America is evil because they're going around and like can you believe that our military is going to do this? Did you not watch the news from like 2000 to 2015? What the fuck did you think we were doing?
Exactly.
Are you seriously that stupid? Like
It drives me crazy.
I really don't get people anymore. I really don't. They're just shocked by these things. And I'm like, yeah, dude, that's been going on for like 500 years. The Middle East has been killing each other for 500 years. This isn't news. Like,
It's the same shit.
Yes.
And it's like, did you not go to history class? I'm no scholar, but for fuck's sakes, I know some stuff.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's no fault of your own. I'm sure that the Wisconsin education system was not exactly top notch, and my school system wasn't all that great either. I had to teach myself history because they weren't teaching me shit.
I learned history from AMC or the History Channel, literally.
Yeah, and then the History Channel really went to shit.
And most of my knowledge now comes from Marco.
Yeah, which compared to a lot of other sources out there, I'm a lot more reliable.
I went my whole entire lifetime until a few weeks ago, not knowing why everybody hated the Jews in Germany. And what caused it? I didn't know what caused it. I was just like, I just thought one day, make it sound like one day. Here's how everybody thinks how history worked, right?
Yes.
Hitler got up one day and went, you know what? I just want good-looking people here. Let's get rid of them Jews. The noses are too big. Don't like them.
Yes.
They don't make it. There's nobody knows the true story behind anything.
No, because history is written by the victor, which is us.
To a point where a guy has made $1 billion writing a stupid story about Alexander fucking Hamilton.
Yeah.
That story was written 200 years ago.
Yes.
And he just redid it and danced and did some raps over it. That's so stupid. And like, boy, this is crazy. I've never heard this before. Yeah, it only happened 200 years ago.
Oh, I've got one that you can say for like any rednecks. Do you remember way back when Obama was president and everybody was freaking out about him being a Muslim and how he put the Quran in the White House library?
Yeah.
And everybody freaked out about that, and they were just like, "There's no reason why the Quran should be in the White House library." And every time I heard somebody say that, I go, "Well, technically, the Quran was already in the White House library over 300 years ago." And the reason for that being was because of, believe it or not, Andrew Jackson. And that's crazy to say because Andrew Jackson is the guy who perpetuated the Trail of Tears and didn't give a single fuck about the slaves or the natives or the Middle East. And but the Middle East in particular, because the Middle East was fucking with our trade ships. And for no reason. They were just taking our sailors and they were taking our cargo. And so when Andrew Jackson went over there to speak to their leaders, and he asked them, like, why are you doing this? We haven't attacked you. We haven't done anything to you. We don't think that we deserve this. So what did we do to deserve this? And they just straight up told them, oh, it's because you're infidels.
Oh. All right.
It's in our religion that you are inferior, so that means that by right, by our God, we are allowed to do this. So Andrew Jackson went, oh, okay, can I get a copy of that book? So he got that book, brought it back to the White House, and read it front to back. He read the entire thing, shelved it, and went, okay, now it's time to be the demon that they want me to be. Now I know how they think. Now I know how they see me. Now I know how they think the world works. And I'm going to use that to fuck with them.
That is the first sign of intelligence.
Yes.
Figure out why they hate you.
Yes. Figure out
Not
why
just
they hate
fight
you.
them. Not just fight them because they hate you. Figure out why they want to fight you.
Yes. And find out why they want to fight you, and also find out what they're scared of. The reason why that they do this to you is because they view you as inferior. But why do they view you as inferior? Because they think you're savages. Well, if you think I'm a savage, well, guess what? I am a savage. What are you going to do about it now, motherfucker?
See, nobody will go back and figure things out. They'll go out in the goddamn streets and repeat the same goddamn behavior. What has ever changed? Nothing.
No, it's everybody just regurgitating the same shit that everybody hears in the same echo chamber. It's just an echo of an echo at this point.
In America, we worship one thing.
Money.
It's money. The only way to get your point across is to fuck with someone. You start fucking with somebody's money, they'll listen to you. Other than that, you can go scream all you want. You can go murder all the people you want in this world. Nothing will change. But you start fucking with people's money? It took Bud Light exactly 24 hours to have them to grab them fucking horses out of retirement and put them on TV. All of a sudden, Bud Light's the manliest beer on the planet.
Yep. They learned their lesson real fucking quick.
They did the smartest thing I've ever seen.
An immediate 180?
No, they gave Shane Gillis $2 million in free Bud Light for life.
That is the smartest thing they could have done.
And they're like, Shane Gillis is on every podcast. Millions of bros, are watching Rogan. Millions of bros are watching Theo Vaughn. And he's on with the Bud Light drinking it. Tall cans all the time so you can see the logo. All of a sudden, Bud Light turned right around.
Yeah, and he's knocking back like 5 or 6 of them. Like, yeah.
Yep. What's his name? They hired Post Malone.
Yep.
Posty.
Good old Posty. I'm calling him that from now on. I'm calling him Posty from now on.
If you want to fuck with the Republican or Democratic Party, start fucking with their money. But making signs, going to Walgreens and getting your poster board, and stopping at the paint store to get the sticks to hold the board isn't going to solve anything ever, other than you wasting an afternoon.
Yeah, I'm going to protest, and I'm going to show my disdain for how much this country revolves around capitalism and how much it worships money. And I'm going to do that by going to Walmart and spending it on construction paper and a piece of board and Sharpies, and I'm going to pay $20 for it.
And while I'm protesting, I'm going to be eating a Chipotle burrito and drinking a Starbucks coffee.
Meanwhile, I will be taxed on everything.
Okay, well, I think I got a new thing here for the show. I think it's going to be called My Pet Peeve of the Week. Ooh,
yeah. Okay, that'll be a good one.
I think you have one. I know you have one. I know I have. This is the one that has pissed me off, and I have to say it out loud. I've had enough.
Okay. I'll think of one while you say yours.
Premature mopping. Your store closes at 10 p.m. I come into your store at 8:30. You're mopping. And you're giving me crusty looks. You're open for 90 more fucking minutes. There's going to be at least 20 more people in after me. Quit crusty looking at me. I gotta get my Coca-Colas. I'm sorry you just mopped. I'm walking through it. Don't give me that. Now, by the way, if it's 5 minutes to 10 and it's mopped, I turn around. I'll go to the store up the street because
Yes.
I'm kind. I'm a kind. But I'm there 90 minutes early before close, and you're giving me crusties because I'm walking on your freshly mopped floor. Go fuck yourself. That's my pet peeve of the week.
Okay. You know what? That is fair. I will give you that one. That is very fucking fair. That is very, very fair. Okay, my pet peeve of the week. Okay, you know what? Literal pet peeve. People who walk their dogs without a fucking leash.
Oh God, those people.
I straight up like when I used to live in Seattle at one point, and then there were motherfuckers who would literally just let their dogs walk around without a leash. I'm like, you live in a fucking city. There are cars everywhere. There are crackheads everywhere that are going to eat your dog. Like, you are not. You need a fucking leash. And nobody fucking did that. It's like, no, I don't want to put my dog on a leash. That would be too cruel. But I am going to put dog shoes on him.
These people have lost their minds with the dogs.
Yeah. So
they're no longer dogs. These dogs are not dogs. They're eating fresh goddamn food. They got goddamn medical insurance better than us.
Yes.
You know what happens? You know what happens when a dog gets hurt? They take him to the vet. The vet fixes him. He's in the car 2 hours later. I break a leg. I sit in an emergency room 12 hours. Got to get our insurance cards redone. Whatever, fucking dogs.
Yeah.
He's not going to bite you. Do you know how many times I've been bitten by a dog and the owner looked at me right in the eyes and goes, he's never bit anybody before? I go, that's because I'm pure evil.
No, yeah, when I was, I've dealt with fucking people's dogs all the time. I'm usually really good with dogs, but there was one time when I was walking in Seattle, minding my own business, and then all of a sudden, this fucking dog just had a hair up its ass and is making a beeline towards me, barking, and its ears are back, and it is coming right for me, and it is not listening to its owner. And so I did the only thing that I could think of, which was soccer kick it right in the jaw. And this wasn't like a fucking, like a Shih Tzu or a Chihuahua or something. This was like a fucking, like a Doberman or like some mutt. You know what I mean? It was like, this was like a medium-sized dog where if it jumped and went for my throat, it would kill me, you know? And I kicked the fuck out of it. And it immediately ran back to his owner, and of course his owner was pissed because I just kicked the hell out of his dog, and I just immediately got into his face, and I said, "You better turn the fuck around before I put you in the same hole I put your dog in."
my thing, fucking pussy dog owners.
Yeah. What the fuck are you gonna do? Your dog tried to attack me and he didn't do shit. What the fuck are you gonna do?
Surprisingly, the last two times the dogs have charged me, I used the bear method. I put my arms out, made myself as big as possible, and I just, in the lowest point, back off. Back the fuck off. And the two dogs now have quivered and turned around and ran. Yeah, that is your only option sometimes. Make yourself as big as possible and give it to your most lowest, manliest voice you can do. Like the chick on Police Academy did. Drop it down, dirtbags!
Yes, exactly. Yeah, because you have to have, because if you don't control your dog controls you. That's what happens. So you need to have that dominance, that mental hold on your dog. And what I mean by having a mental hold is that you need to establish that I am in charge, I make the rules. So in dogs are pack animals, right? They have a pack mentality. You are part of his pack. So if you are the leader Especially if you have a male dog, by the way. If you are supposed to be the leader of the pack, the male dog is going to challenge you. He's going to piss on your floor. He's going to shit on the carpet. He's going to chew up your shoes because he wants to fuck with you and he wants to instill dominance on your life.
Yeah,
That's why they do that.
I learned that from the dog whisperer.
Yes. So you need to have that mental hold on them where they just need to think, where they go, yeah, I could piss on the carpet right now, but the last time I did that, he looked like he was going to kill me.
He rubbed my face in
you know
it.
what? I think he might actually do it, so I'm not going to do it. Now, would I kill my dog if it pissed on the carpet? No, but I would sure make it look like I would.
You know who would? Is that chick from South Dakota that's the Homeland Security. Chris, you know him. That South Park episode was the best. Oh my God. Every time she saw a dog, she'd fucking take it down.
Yeah.
People just don't understand. They are humanizing dogs.
Yeah. No, it's
it's a mental illness.
Yeah, a while back I used to have Boston Terriers, and I love Boston Terriers.
Those are cool dogs.
I love Bostons, and so we had this female Boston, and then we went to a breeder, and we basically borrowed one of her males so that we could have a litter of puppies, and we gave one of the puppies to the breeder. We sold another one, and then we gave another one to my aunt as a gift, and then we kept the biggest one and the runt. And the reason why we kept the runt is because for some reason the runt loved me. I don't know why, but the runt just loved me and would not leave me alone. So it's like, I guess we're keeping the runt. So, but yeah, so anytime my aunt would come into town, of course she would bring the Boston so that she could, go and play with her siblings, and but they spoiled the fuck out of this dog, and I mean, like, every fucking breakfast they would serve this dog a fucking omelet and chicken.
Oh, for fuck's sakes.
Every morning for breakfast, it was an omelet and a chicken. This fucking dog was eating better than I was.
Yeah, I was married for 8 goddamn years. Not one breakfast like that. Not one.
Yeah, no. And so then one day, they made the fucking breakfast like they usually do. They put it on the floor to feed it to her, and she sniffs it and then just goes, and then walks away. And then meanwhile, my dogs are sitting in a row, staring at the plate, drooling, staring.
Like the greatest meal they've ever seen.
Right, and they're just staring at the plate, not moving an inch. And then my aunt just looks over at my dad. He's like, I guess they can have it if they want it. And my dad just looks over at him and just goes, okay. And then they all just swarm the plate, just and then they fucking go. The plate's spun on the floor, and so then my aunt just looks at my dad and is just like, "What are you feeding your dogs?" And my dad just looked at her dead in the eyes and just says, "Dog food, because they're dogs."
Yes. It is crazy. And what I don't understand. People with their dogs, they're everywhere.
Yes.
I go into Target. There's a guy there with his dog. Not a service dog, just a dog.
Yeah.
The lady's got the dogs in the purse. People are bringing dogs everywhere. But the place you can bring a dog, I rarely see anybody bring a dog into Petco unless they're taking them to the hotel
vet.
Or whatever, or the vet. But like, that's the place that, bring your dog, walk around. Nobody does it.
No.
No, let's leave the dogs at home. We don't want to get them all crazy in the pet store. Wouldn't a dog want to eat the iguanas? I mean, come on.
I'm sure that there are some dogs that'll just freak the fuck out if they see any other animal. My dog, she doesn't really do well with other animals. people, yeah, she's fine with people. But if there is any four-legged creature that shows up, oh no, she wants to kill it.
Yeah, this is my place. I'm the
Yeah,
only four-legged creature that lives here, motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, this is her territory. Any four-legged creature that shows up, who the fuck are you?
You know, and it's getting to the point where I am not scared to walk through the hood because of gang members or, you know, black guys or Mexican gang members. I'm not scared of I'm not scared of the humans. I'm scared of unattended pit bulls getting loose in the hood. I'm more scared of pit bulls than I am getting shot by a gang member when I'm in the hood.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Fucking stray dogs. Yeah. Thank God I didn't Seattle had liberals not knowing how to handle their dogs as a problem, but thankfully we didn't. The worst that I found is stray cats. There wasn't a lot of stray dogs. Stray cats usually mind their own business.
Yeah, it's just them angry hood pit bulls, man. They're like, you know, pit bull gonna give it to you.
Well, yeah, I'm sure that they lived a terrible life, and then they finally escaped. But then when they escaped, they realized that the only thing that they know is fear, hatred, and anger. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I know. A wounded pit bull out in the hood, that's more dangerous than any human. You know, and then the white people up in the suburbs, they got to deal with the coyotes. So coyotes coming in.
Yes, but you can get away with shooting coyotes.
Yeah, you know, X gonna give it to you. Woof woof. Oh God, then you go.
But also on the flip side of that, of dogs doing stupid shit. I also love when humans interact with dogs, not knowing what kind of dog they're fucking with. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Like there's one that I saw fairly recently, and the only reason why I like this is because it was a Rottweiler, and my dog's a Rottweiler, so I know exactly what was going to happen. But it was like some like security cam footage of like this dude's house where there was like a big gate, and this Rottweiler was like behind the gate, and there were these people. There's like this dude went up to the gate, and you could see that the Rottweiler had its ears down, and it was snarling at him. It's just like, you know, it's obviously like, get the fuck away from here. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And the guy, there wasn't no audio that I could hear. I don't know why the guy was fucking with the dog, but he went over to the fence, and I couldn't tell if he was like trying to pet the dog or grab it, or like, I don't know what he was doing. But when he went to pet the dog's head, the dog immediately went and bit off his fucking ring finger.
Oh my God.
And then, but the caveat of that was that he bit off his ring finger, and the dude like backed off, like, what the fuck? And the dog just like looked at him and then just went and spat it out.
Motherfucker.
Yeah.
Did they get the figure reattached?
That was where the video ended after that. But I assumed that they went to the hospital after that. But yeah, I was just like, dude, not all dogs are fucking like cuddly teddy bears. Some dogs actually serve a purpose.
I got a question for you.
Yes.
Why do you live with a vicious killing machine? I mean, what goes into that? What goes in? Because if it was me, I would I'm going to say right now, my neighbor's got this little dog. Maybe, I don't even know, 3 inches high, maybe 6 inches wide, and he's just a fur ball. He looks like a little basketball walking around, all funny and cute.
Right.
And, that motherfucker ain't going to kill me when I'm sleeping. You know what I mean? Right. That's the kind of dog I would like to have in my home. But you got a vicious killing machine.
Yes.
What goes through your mind when you pick out a dog like that? That's just I don't understand that. It's like, I want somebody that can kill my family. Let's put that in our house.
Well, because we didn't get this dog when she was a full-grown adult. We got her when she was a puppy, and we trained her when she was a puppy.
Yeah, but have you seen Old Yeller?
Yes, and I'm going to have to do that eventually.
What
and
happens
that's
if he
gonna
goes
break my heart.
crazy one night and you don't know? What happens if he's all rabied out? It's like, I'm going to eat Marco for dinner. You know? Do you fear that? Do you fear your animal at all? Or just respect him?
I have guns.
Yeah, but if you're laying in bed and he's gnawing on your neck in the middle of the night,
I have a knife.
Yeah, but are you going to? Well, I guess if your dog's chewing your neck, you're probably going to stab him, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna do I might not live, but I'm gonna do my damnedest to fucking get the dog off me. You know.
But I mean, you had a choice of a new breed, a new dog.
Okay,
Why not
okay.
get a cute, fluffy one?
Okay, well, okay. Let me put it to you this way. You know how I joked earlier about Wendigos?
Yes.
So imagine this, right? You figure out that this place that I'm in, you figure out this place exists. It's in the middle of fucking nowhere, and you wait for the perfect time for, say, me, my dad, and you just figure out a coincidental time when there is nobody home. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
And you think this is the prime opportunity for me to rob this place because I've staked it out. I've noticed that there's a 1 hour window where both of these guys are gone. This is my time. You kick the door open or you break the window or whatever, and you see a chihuahua. I'm stomping on that fucking thing. Are you kidding?
So by getting the dog in your mind is a good security device, right?
Yes.
Was that a thing in your mind when you got the Rottweiler?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I'm starting to understand now. See?
And so not just
the thing I like
just
about
for,
you. The thing I like about you
and-
is you can explain things that stupid guys like me can understand.
Yes. Well, and it's not just for security purposes, but imagine this way. I'm in the middle of the fucking woods alone. I joke about Wendigos, but there's fucking cougars and bears and all sorts of other things where if I just took a wrong turn or if I wasn't paying attention, I'd be dead if I was alone. But if I have a dog with me, the dog can hear shit that I can't. It can smell shit that I can't. And also, if a bear shows up and it comes charging at me, this dog is so loyal, it will fight that bear to the death. And while it will break my heart, it will give me the opportunity to fucking run.
Okay. That makes sense. It checks out. All checks out. That's a new segment I think we're going to do. It all checks out.
It all checks out, yes. And also one last caveat to why I don't want a small dog is like not just the big animals like cougars and bears, but if you have a dog or like even like my neighbors had this problem with their cat where there's fucking owls that will swoop down to pick up your cat.
Yes, that's true. Okay, yep. And not to mention the birds of prey, falcons.
Yes.
Wendigos.
Wendigos, yes. But that's what I mean though. Is like I need a dog that could be able to defend itself and me. I don't need a fucking toy. I don't need a living teddy bear that I can dress up and be like, "Oh, aren't you so cute? Oh, you're so cute." No, I want a fucking dog where if you look at it and you think, "Okay, you know what? Maybe it's a bad idea if I piss this dude off." You know?
Okay, so now that all checks out. Now, but if you lived in an apartment and had that dog, I don't think it checks out.
No. If you have an apartment, you should not have a big dog like that. No.
You should have the cute little tiny frizzly dog.
Yes.
That is.
Yes. Yeah. I knew a dude who had he had a border collie and he lived in an apartment complex. I'm like, you should be investigated for fucking animal abuse. Why the fuck are you trapping this? Border collie is a sheep herding dog.
Yeah, it needs to run on acreages.
Yeah, no wonder your dog's a fucking psychopath. It's because you take it out for walks. It doesn't walk, it runs. That's what they do. You know what I mean?
Yes, it's fucking. I think the size of your place where you live is the size of the animal you should have.
Yes, Absolutely, yes.
I am so sick of these guys walking them goddamn dogs every day.
Mm-hmm.
You know, get a yard. If you don't have a yard, don't have a big dog. I can't imagine what, and you don't have to walk around and pick its crap up, do you?
Fuck no. I mean, unless it's
Yeah.
like in my direct path of like going to my car or something like that. But usually she just fucks off into the woods and then comes back. You know.
See, that's a whole complete. You deserve a dog like that.
Yes, I need
But
a dog like that. You know.
if you're in Manhattan and you got a goddamn Rottweiler, and you take him on a half-block walk once a day, that dog is going to get mad and he's going to chew somebody up.
Yeah, that dog is not getting the stimulus that it needs. Big dogs need a big area to play and burn energy. That's just how they're designed.
And I've told everybody this, and everybody gets mad. Maybe I should keep it to myself, but I go, if your dog really loves you like he says he does, open up your front door. See if he comes back. You're holding somebody hostage. You took the animal, you brought him in your house, you don't let him out of your sight, you don't let him go anywhere. You don't know if he really likes you.
Well, again, you have to have that mental hold on them so that they won't be tempted to run away.
Yeah, I mean, most people treat their dogs like prisoners.
I mean, the way that I'm sounding it, it makes it sound like I'm holding my dog prisoner. It's like, no, this is training. This is what training is. And,
so yeah, I mean, everybody's like, Johnny, why do you hate? I don't hate dogs. I hate dog owners.
Yes, I hate dogs that are poorly trained, and I hate their owners more.
If you got a cool dog that's trained and is polite when he doesn't want to kill you when you walk up to the front door.
Yeah.
When the owner says chill out, you know.
Yeah, but actually, I just remembered this. My dad told me at one point before I moved out here to help him, with the living situations and shit. He did tell me at one point where he asked one of the neighbors to come over to the house and get the fire going for him so that the house isn't frozen when he gets back to work, you know? Mm-hmm. And he said that he later got a phone call from the neighbor and he says, I'm at your house and your dog doesn't like me. And my dad's just like, what do you mean? I'm like, she's pressing her face against the slide door and she is snarling at me. And he's just like, so what do I do about that? And my dad's just like, you get in your car and you go home.
Yeah, you don't need to be murdered by a dog today.
Yeah, you know what? If she doesn't like you, I'm not going to push you. Just go.
Yeah, I mean, I like dogs. I like the dogs better than the owner. I just think dogs deserve better in a lot of cases.
They do.
And I don't think a dog wants to be walked around the block once a day, just so their neighbors can show other neighbors off how cool their dog is. It's not even about the dogs. It's about status, and
yes.
And if you can't afford, the thing that really makes me mad are the people that can't afford dogs, that have tons of dogs.
Yes.
Feed them once every 3 days. Barely keep them alive. Make them live in, like, dogs don't want to live in their own shit, you know?
In the arms of an angel.
Clean up your house, everybody. Clean your shit up. Yes.
Oh, God. As you have no idea how many times as a fucking carpet cleaner I've had to show up to a person's house and I walk in and I count. All right, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dogs, 2 cats, and 3 kids. All right, I'm gonna be here all day. This is gonna be great.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to get that mask. I can't handle the smell.
One thing you can do for the smell is you take Neosporin and just put it under your nose.
I always remember as a kid, I'd come home and tell my mom, I'm like, man, they stink. I always remember my friend's house smelling like body odor all the time. Just like, they stink. Ugh, I ain't going over there anymore. They smell bad. Like, you didn't tell them, did you? You know, everybody's house smells different. No, somebody needs to tell these fuckers they stink.
Well, I mean, there's kind of a reason for that, and you are partially right. But the reason why she says like everybody's house smells different is because when you live in a certain environment, your body hair, your dead skin cells, like all the shit that is on your body is then just flaked off of you and then spread on a molecular level throughout the area of your house. So you don't smell it because you live in it.
Yep.
So when someone else comes in and they go, "What the fuck is that smell?" You go like, "I don't smell anything."
Yeah, like I guess I smoke a ton of weed, and I haven't smelt weed in years, unless somebody else is smoking it.
Yes, exactly. The same principle. Yeah, if you just get accustomed to the smell, and it just becomes normal eventually, and you don't even recognize that there's even an odor in the first place.
But if I get up in the morning, get in my car, I'm like, I can smell weed, and it's like 3 blocks away.
Did I smoke it here?
And I know I hate to be racial, but the smell of marijuana clings onto black people way different than it does white people.
Care to
It
elaborate?
is crazy. Every black guy that smokes weed, when they go into like a store or anything, like like you've dealt with people that come in that smell like weed, it's always the black guys that are like, and it's like heavy duty. Like, did you try it? Did you take the weed and just rub it all over you? Why do you smell like weed so bad?
I have a theory about that. My theory is that when they smoke, the smoke gets caught in their hair.
Yeah, especially the guys with the dreads.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying is like with those the how curly the fucking locks are and how thick the hair is, like it's gotta fucking seep in that fucking residue and all that shit, right?
Yeah. I'm not trying to be I mean, black people will tell you that white people smell like wet dogs out of the shower.
I have no comment.
Yeah, black people think white people out of the shower smell like a wet dog.
What are you doing smelling naked white people?
Well, I'm smelling myself. I'm half and half. I take a shower. I smell like weed all the time, and then I take a shower. I smell like a wet dog. I smell like a wet dog and weed.
So
Wet dog
you
and
smell
weed.
like so you smell like Chong's dog after he bathes him.
Yeah, it's like a trap house dog.
Trap house dog, yeah.
Ain't nothing but no trap house dog around here. Oh God! So tonight I've pissed off dog owners. Been completely racist towards black people once again.
Let's see, what else do we have on the checklist here?
What other group of people can we piss off before we leave tonight and get on our spaceship and go away?
Yeah, what's something else that we could do to get this show just nuked off of YouTube?
I was very disappointed last week we did not get the over 18 tag. Very upset.
Yeah, we gotta try harder next time.
Yeah, we keep getting hit with our buddy Naz's copyright strike every time.
I really don't know what else we have to do.
Do you know what he is?
Huh.
He's waiting for us to be big, and we use his song. He's gonna fucking hit us with copyright and steal all our YouTube money.
Yes,
you gotta watch that guy.
Yes, he's going to take all of our YouTube money and then say, okay, so after YouTube gets their cut, and then after we paid taxes for the money that we've made, and after we've paid for all of the copyright shit, here's $200.
Yeah, I don't know. He's been quiet lately. That guy makes me nervous when he's quiet.
I think he's busy with family stuff. I think I was talking to him a little while ago. He said that he was busy just doing family stuff. I've been trying to talk with him about doing some other songs that we've been working on the sidelines. And yeah, he eventually got back to me. He said, "Hey, I've just been real busy. I'll check it out here when I get back." You know.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a song. I got a song written for him.
Oh yeah.
It's called "Pickleball is Gay." Hey! Pickleball is gay.
I think he already knows that one.
You've been led astray from your pickleball gay. Oh my goodness! All right, so me and Marco every Monday we like to toke it up, as the kids say. Or let me be like the shooter. Me and Mr. Marco drove our vehicles home. Marco then talked to his old man for a while. Then he got all crazy with everything.
Then things got real weird.
It's just like, come on, everybody, get on a spaceship with me and Marco, because I'm telling you, Monday we're gonna throw a party. Monday,
Oh yeah,
a real party.
Oh yeah. Next week, 10 p.m. Monday, party at Shepherd's place. You do not want to miss it.
Yes, we killed the fake shepherd.
Yep, we killed the fake shepherd, and there's only one shepherd now. Thank God. One is enough.
And you can only find it one place, Marco V Marco V193 over on the Twitch channel, because you know what, you guys, we got some clips from last night, and my oh my, the one you sent me over earlier, I pissed my pants again. It might be the greatest line in playthrough / podcast history last night from Marco.
Yeah, I am. Like I said, man. Like there are some things that I hold back on, but yeah, even I had to crack on that one. It's like I can't hold back. I can't hold back anymore.
Yeah, to a point. I almost went to the strip club last night after seeing this.
Yeah, I live in Las Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
Hate casinos.
God, what is wrong with my voice? What's wrong with the clip? Hold on. He was going so well. He was going so well.
I was gonna say all I see is the Normandy.
Yeah, I live in Las Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
Hate
There we go.
casinos.
I don't like casinos. Why do I keep hitting that off?
Yeah, I live in Las Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
Hate casinos.
Cake it. Cake
I don't like
casinos.
casinos either. Now, listen. I know I give you shit for vocalizing your horniness. However, I am going to break my own rule on this one, and I'm just going to say, humana 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 bazoo. We go woof 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 woof. Okay, I'm done.
Gets me every time. Humana 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 humana.
I got that shit from fucking Looney Tunes. Like that shit always made me fucking laugh whenever there was a hot woman on screen and everybody would literally turn into wolves and like pounding the table and howling and shit. Like that's hilarious.
I didn't know a video game could make a guy horny until last night.
You obviously haven't played enough video games.
And my God, I'm seeing her on the big screen, on my big screen monitor I got.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Holy moly. Humana humana.
Yeah. She is definitely perfect.
And we did some more stuff last night, more hijinks.
Where are my tasteful nudes? I know they're in here somewhere.
Yes. Uncured pepperoni tit.
Yeah. I need to find those photos so that I can doctor them real fast. Javik, show me... quick, Javik, I need to take a picture of your nipples. They gotta be better than mine.
Yeah, I
These
might be
clips are so
badass,
much
but
better
I
out of
do have a
context.
micro penis, and
They really
people
are.
won't take me seriously anymore if they see it.
Yeah, if they found out that Commander Shepard had a micro penis, the war effort's gone.
Trust me, if I had a good hog, those pictures, I'd leak them myself.
What's wrong with my? There's something wrong with me. All right, and it just didn't stop there last night. It kept going.
All right,
Oh,
Johnny,
yeah.
I'm leaving this decision up to you. Do we show the clone mercy or do we kill him?
Kill the clone!
No
Kill the
hesitation.
clone! There could only be one Shepard.
Step on his fingers.
Yes! My nudes are safe for another day.
Let's hope he didn't fall in water.
No, I'm pretty sure he face planted against that skyscraper. I'm pretty sure he's just a big old stain on the window.
They should have showed it.
I may need some help.
I have
Right?
a fear that he might show up later now because of that.
Plus, they overloaded the heat.
What do you mean? It sounds like I'm ready to take a shit last night. What did you?
I think it was because you were using your broken headphones.
Oh, that was it. Yep. And one more clip from last night. I'm telling you, it didn't. I mean, last night was something else.
It was fucking hilarious, actually.
Shoot her.
You betrayed me and the Alliance
Just shoot her.
in the middle of a war.
I was young and naive.
You actually called it a
5
lot.
minutes ago.
You'll miss me.
Yep. Yes.
Not
Yes.
maintenance
Yeah.
to the shuttle bay.
Someone come in here and get this garbage off my shit.
Yeah, you guys are missing out. You got all week to check that over on the Twitch channel, MARCOV193.
Yes.
And then next, go. Sorry.
Yeah. It's it'll be up there for another week. And earlier this morning, I did another Mass Effect stream where you remember that Armax Arsenal Arena, that virtual combat sim thing we did.
Oh yeah.
I did a stream earlier this morning where I dedicated it to just doing all of the challenges in the Armax Arsenal Arena and unlocking all of the difficulties, all the companions, the new armor, the new weapons. Like I got all of it. So there's even more Mass Effect in case you wanted more.
Boy, the massive effects.
Massive effects.
Massive effects. Yeah, check it out Mondays. Big party next week. And you guys are not going to want to miss that or the rest of October every Monday night, 10 p.m. Pacific, because we all need a place to escape to. And why not outer space?
Absolutely. Why not outer space? You know, other than the fact that the Reapers are everywhere and they're harvesting everybody. But other than that.
Because realistically, we'll never live on Mars. Impossible.
Not in our lifetime.
Ever.
No. I don't know about never, but definitely not in our lifetime for sure.
I mean, you'll be able to put maybe a ship there, but if it ever runs out of oxygen, they're done. You know?
Well, yeah, that's just it. You'd either have to send them oxygen or you would have to figure out how to generate oxygen on a planet that has no oxygen.
What's the point? You know?
Well,
it's like you're wasting a lot of money.
Sure, it's wasting a lot of money, but there's a reason why, but not just in Star Trek, but space is referred to as the final frontier. Because it's do you know maybe you've heard of the term manifest destiny?
Yes.
So do you know what that means?
You manifest your destiny.
Well, kind of.
By
It's kind of
manifestation.
Well, it's it was a thing that was perpetuated in America when we got the Louisiana Purchase, which was where we got basically the rest of our country from the Midwest to the West. And
I got you.
And Manifest Destiny was what was perpetuated to Americans to move out there. Is basically the concept is Manifest Destiny is we need to go and establish ourselves in this area. Why? Because it's there.
Oh, okay. I was thinking of the secret thing.
No. But it's the same concept with Mars or going past our solar system is because there is even more potential if we just go. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Huh? There's be more potential here if we could all just wake up tomorrow and just get along.
Yeah, but space.
I don't understand it.
Okay, so would you rather have world peace or be the first person to fuck an alien?
Ooh, boy. I think I already have. I know world peace.
Okay, so would you rather have world peace or fuck an alien again?
Fucking alien again.
Yeah, see? Everyone says that. Everyone says they'd rather go out into space and fuck aliens. Yes.
Now, speaking of aliens, have you seen the guy that got the meteor and raised the creature from the inside of it?
Are you sure you're not thinking of the movie? Are you sure you're not thinking of the movie Pods?
No, in New Jersey, apparently a meteor crashed and something came out of it. And the guy's been nurturing it, and he put it out into the wild.
That is, even for New Jersey, that is the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
And one guy just said, it looks like you just tied two fish together and threw them in the lake. So, you know.
So, yeah, the dude just tied two fish together and threw it in a lake.
If you got an alien, you're just gonna raise him like he's Elf or E.T.?
I'm killing it.
You're not gonna tell anybody? You're not gonna call, hey, come get this alien?
No, I'm killing it and I'm burying it as deep as I can and I'm moving on with my life.
Yeah, until his family comes on spaceships and kills you with laser beams.
They die too, or I die trying.
That's worth some Cracker Barrel there, buddy.
Yeah, well, that's what we've. Our friend Paz, he's brought up that the possibility that aliens will be here either this month or next month, and I told him, I was like, look, dude, either aliens don't show up or the aliens do, and if the aliens do, guess what I'm gonna be doing? Shooting them. I'm not going to listen to them. I'm not going to reason with them. I don't care if they show up and say, we can make you immortal. We can cure you of cancer. We can give you a foot long. I don't care. You are dead.
See? Like they said, if Jesus came back today, they'd hang him within a week.
Well, yeah, because that's what they did to him the first time when he was alive.
Exactly. What was that movie where they find Bigfoot finally, and then they shoot him 100 times?
Oh yeah, what was that? It was
like a Happy Madison, Adam Sandler production. Steve Zahn or something like Adventures of Steve Zahn or something like that. Maybe I don't remember.
Yeah, I vaguely remember what you're talking about, but yeah, it was like they find Bigfoot and they can fucking kill him.
And you're just like, the alien comes and just gonna shoot him, and like the aliens could have came and like brought world peace, health to all, but no, Marco killed him and his dog.
Well, here's the. Well, yeah, yes, because here's the thing: is and it might be just because my mind might be poisoned by sci-fi, horror, literature, and movies that perpetuate extraterrestrials more often than not as the antagonists. But that is the only logical thing that I could think of is why would an intelligent species go out of their way to come to our planet and then they land and they say, hey, we want to make you guys better. Why?
we'll put the shoe on the other foot. Imagine, we show up at Mars and the Martians come out and they're like, what the fuck, bro? And we're like, hey, we're just here to see how everything is. We're just guys from NASA. We have no evil agenda. Dead.
Yeah.
They would shoot us, right?
Yeah. Same thing. You come to my planet. You come to my planet. You get shot. Like the.
It's ours. Stay away.
I forget. I'll do some looking and I'll see if I can find it again. But it's another kind of older sci-fi story where it was basically that where aliens made themselves known and they had this big welcoming party for these aliens and they had this big ceremony at like a baseball diamond so that the UFO can land and the cameras are on them and then they can, do whatever. And so the aliens come out of the ship and they are described as demons. Like they look like demons. They have leather bat wings and it's like they look like an actual stereotypical demon looking creature. But when they came out and when they talked to the people, they said, okay, we want to improve you and we want to improve your society. We will cure you of your diseases. We will bring world peace. We will improve your technology. We will give you faster than light travel. We will do all of this shit. All you have to do is follow our rules and just do this little injection process. And that's how we make you immortal and how we cure you of cancer. Is because of our sciences.
Me first.
Exactly. That's exactly. That's what happens. Is that there like 80% of the population just lines up and says, "Yeah, sure. I don't want to die of cancer." But then the people that walked into the fucking factory to get it done, they got turned into biofuel. Why the fuck would you listen to anything an alien tells you at face value? It learned your language. Why would it learn your language for peaceful purposes? It's learning your language to fuck with you.
Exactly. They're not your friend.
They are not your friend. I don't care.
And to wrap everything up and put it all together, I think the aliens are here, and I think the aliens have taken forms of canines.
Oh, actually, I'll see if I can get my...
You look back in the Egyptian script, where the aliens first came, they all looked like dogs.
Yeah, they did. For a culture that they say worshipped cats, there is a lot of dog imagery.
No, they didn't worship cats. They wanted to eat them like Elf.
Yes.
Great cat conspiracy.
Although
okay.
if
Two things.
If the alien that did show up was Alf, I probably wouldn't shoot him right out the gate. Although I probably would threaten to shoot him as soon as he made that high pitched chirping noise. I probably would point a gun at him. Is like, if you know what this is, you better shut up.
Well, thank God Willie Tanner never shot him.
Yeah.
I mean, how else do we get a wisecracking alien to fill hours of television every week?
Yeah, and who else is going to host the Tonight Show?
Hey, dear every streamer, is it really going to hurt you to put an Elf 10 episodes of Elf out? He's a fucking puppet. You don't need the real guy that died. That was in the suit.
No. With AI, you can just take that dude's voice and have Alf say whatever you want. You don't even need the puppeteer to do the voice anymore. You just need him to do the motions.
It is like every year they're going to bring back these cool shows, and it's like, okay, what are we going to bring back this year? We're going to bring back Matlock. Matlock? Who the fuck wants to see Matlock?
Anyone who legitimately watches Matlock is either dead or dying.
What else are we going to bring back? Oh, let's bring back One Day at a Time. What?
Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
No.
That's what people want.
Yep. They want that. They want let's remake Chips.
Oh yeah, yeah. Because I've
Which,
definitely heard people talk about chips. That's a
by the
lie,
way,
by
though,
the way. I don't think anybody's ever talked about chips since the fucking 70s.
or since my show,
Or since just now, yes.
I just did a Chips bit a week ago.
Oh, fuck, you're right.
No, I just love the cool on YouTube. They got all the car crashes from Chips. It's the best because
Oh,
they're
yeah.
real people. They're real people crashing cars. It's not. It's all real.
Yeah, back then you actually had to crash that shit. And not only did you have to crash it, you had to rig it with explosives to make it look cool.
I always like to see the guys wearing the helmets.
Mhm.
You know, why is a guy driving to work wearing a helmet? I did have an Uber driver pick me up once wearing a helmet.
Yeah, you did tell me that. And yeah, and you at first you thought like he was like, this dude's a fucking weirdo, but then he told you, he was like, nah, dude, I drive everywhere. Accidents happen all the time. And he's like, you know what? That dude's actually fucking smart.
He's it's like the first guy that I saw wear a mask. Look at that pussy.
Yeah.
I still wear a mask now.
But it's not because you're scared of getting sick.
No, I wear it just because it pisses Trumpers off. It makes people so mad. I love it. I love it for the attention. It's the only reason I'm wearing a mask. No other reason than it makes you angry.
Yes.
Speaking of angry, one thing I wanted to do tonight before we left is I wanted to tell guys that if you come up and threaten to kick my ass and you're wearing flip-flops, I'm going to laugh at you.
Yeah. You can't fucking wear flip flops and threaten to
And
kick
be
somebody's
tough.
ass. Yeah.
There's certain footwear you cannot be tough in. Slides,
Yeah.
flip-flops, one of them, the plastic shoes, Crocs.
Oh, Crocs. Yeah. I can't take anybody seriously in fucking Crocs.
If a guy beat me up wearing Crocs, I would go home and kill myself. Oh, sorry,
Yes.
unlive myself.
Yes, legitimately. If I got my ass kicked by a dude wearing Crocs, that would be the end of it. I could never live with myself after that.
A guy wearing dress shoes, penny loafers.
Yeah. Well, like you said, like if somebody threatened to kick my ass and they were wearing flip flops, I wouldn't be phased. But if they took off their flip flops and then said they were going to kick my ass, like, okay, this dude might know how to fight.
Or it could be like that guy Matt Riddle that used to be in the WWE. He'd walk into the ring and he'd kick his flip flops off into the crowd, and he'd go kick ass.
Yeah, you know that there are some creepy motherfuckers that have just cave some kid's face in just to get that fucking flip flop.
And then there's some footwear, no matter how big the guy, no matter how old he is, when you see this footwear, you're taking him seriously, and that is the biker boot. Square toe, Harley biker boot. That guy is going to kick your ass no matter how big he is. That guy means business. You better listen.
Yeah, and especially if a dude is wearing steel toe boots. He doesn't even need to know how to fight. He's wearing steel toe boots. He'll break your fucking ribs.
Yeah, it won't even give him a hangnail.
No.
I don't fuck. When a guy comes up to me wearing those boots, work boots or Timberlands.
Yeah, nah. That dude's gonna stomp on you, American History X style.
Now, if the dude's wearing Timberlands and trying to be cool with the laces out, I know for a fact I can outrun him.
Yeah.
Is that motherfucker going to be tripping?
Oh yeah. I also another thing that I can't take seriously, and this did happen to me at one point where when I was in high school, this kid challenged me to a fight. And normally when I got challenged to a fight, my fallback plan is anybody who challenged me to a fight, they say like, oh yeah, meet me at this spot after school and we're going to fight. I would be like, no, fight me now. and you, like 9 times out of 10, they back off after that because I just immediately take the wind out of their sails. Like, no, if you really want to fight me that bad, fight me now, faggot. Let's fucking go.
Yep,
I
go, if
said
I'm gonna
that.
get-
It pisses. Yeah, I said that word. It pisses them off when you call them that. I was like, you can't call me that. I just did. What are you gonna do about it?
My thing, I'd always fight guys in school. I'd never fight them outside of school because I knew I'd get expelled. So I'd either get a week off to celebrate or to heal.
Yeah. So then this one kid challenged me to a fight, and he pulled a move that had never happened to me before. Was that he challenged me to a fight and then he walked away. He didn't give me the chance to pull that move. I was just like, well, damn, he checkmated me.
Fucker.
Yeah, fucker checkmated me. So I guess I'm going to the park after school. You know, so I go to the park. And there's that fucking ring of kids. They're just waiting. And I'm like, all right, let's fucking go.
Blood sport.
Blood sport. Like, all right, let's get this over with. I go in, and sure enough, he's there. And this dude is like, all right, you ready to do this? And I say, not until you take out your piercings. And he's like, what? I'm like, I'm not going to fight you until you take out your piercings. And
why would I want to do that?
Exactly. Yeah, he was just like, no, I'm not. No, we're fighting. We're going to fight now. And I'm just like, okay, if you say so. And I just went up to him and I grabbed his fucking piercing that was on his earlobe and I dragged him to the ground. And just walked him like a dog as he was begging, like, stop, ow, 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 ow. I'm like, you done? Are you done? Can I go home now? You know?
Those are the best fights.
Yes.
When you don't have to take a punch and you make a guy look like a bitch.
Yeah. I didn't even need to beat him up. I just made him look like a fucking bitch in front of everybody. It's like, I didn't even need to beat your ass.
I didn't even have to hurt. I didn't have to put ice on my hand tonight.
No. It was literally that simple. It's like you literally had to do one smart thing and take out your piercings. No, you gave me the one advantage that I needed, and I used it. That's on you.
I had an old guy once. He goes, you should not fight. And I go, why? And he goes, even if you kick a guy's ass, you're going to be hurt for 3-4 days.
True.
And if a guy kicks your ass, you're going to be hurt for about 10 to 30 days. Either way, you're not going to feel good tomorrow, even if you win the fight. You lose every time. And I was like, you know what? He's got a point. I haven't fought since.
Yeah. I don't like to fight. I try to avoid fighting if I can, but I do come from a long line of family members who are not scared of getting hurt or fighting
Yep.
or anything. And my uncle was one of those people. And one example that they told me was when he was in high school, he was always a very short dude. So he didn't have a Napoleon complex, but people fucked with him all the time, so he kind of had to. You know what I mean? And
I had a buddy like that.
Yeah. And so there was this one dude who kept on fucking with him, and he was a fucking jock. He was stronger than him, bigger than him, and could easily kick his ass. But anytime this dude would fuck with him, my uncle would immediately turn into a rabid Wolverine and start fighting him. And he would lose. Every time he would lose. He would go into the hospital and they would patch him up. And then as soon as he got out of the hospital, he saw him and went, "You motherfucker," and go and fight him again. And then he would lose, go into the hospital, come back out, see him, and like, "You motherfucker," and go and fight him again. And he would do this every time. And he did this like 6 times before the dude finally went to him. He's like, "Just stop. Can you just stop? I don't want to do this anymore. Just stop." Like,
please don't make me kick your ass again.
Yeah. Yeah, he was just like, I'm sick of being terrorized by you. Just leave me alone.
I used to hang out with this little guy. He was 5'2", 5'3", maybe.
Oh, Jesus.
And he had gotten a beef with this fucking 6'4", maybe 280, 300-pound guy.
Oh, God.
And I remember standing in the bathroom, and this fat guy comes in. He goes, well, "Where's Chester?" I said, "What?" And this big fucker pushed me off to the side, and he goes over, and this little fucker literally tore that fat fucker apart.
Yeah, yeah.
I've never seen a man throw that many punches that quick. I mean, he did not give a fuck if you hit him. He got in his. I've never seen a guy. I'm like, that guy. I thought I'd always fuck with him. You know, I'm 6'4", little guy. We make fun. I've never seen a guy. I'm like, oh my god, I've never seen a guy fight like that. That guy was fucking beat every day as a kid. You know?
Yeah.
He's like
you know why? Because short people. Yeah, because short people, every time they get into a fight, they are literally fighting for their lives. Anyone else, they're fighting for to defend themselves or to make themselves look better. Short people is like, no, if I don't win, I die. That's just how it is, you know.
That little fucker's arm started and they didn't stop.
No.
He had that literally by the time that big guy punched him once on the side of the head, I think he had 14 shots into the guy's stomach. Yeah. Just straight gut punches and nonstop. And then when he bent over, he started punching him in the face. And I had to pull him off. Like, you're going to kill this fucking guy. This little guy. Yeah. And I'm like, oh my God, I ain't fighting no one ever again.
Yeah.
When you see him.
Yeah. You really got to be careful.
This little pipsqueak can't do. I've never seen a guy throw that many punches.
Yeah,
crazy.
When I was a teenager, I went into mixed martial arts training, and my instructor for when we were learning how to do Muay Thai, he was a Muay Thai instructor from Thailand. Like, he learned how to be a Muay Thai fighter in Thailand.
Oh fuck!
And yes, but again, he's Thai. So I was 15. This dude is a grown-ass man, and he was at my chest. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're like, I can fucking beat this guy.
Yeah, seriously, I was literally looking down on him, just being like, "You're gonna teach me how to fight? What are you gonna teach me?" Like, I didn't say that. I wasn't being a dick about it, but in my head, I was just like, "What the hell is this dude gonna teach me?" But you know, eventually it got to the point where he wanted to spar so that he could see what I was working with, you know, and what I needed to improve. You know what I mean? And so you know, we're sparring and throwing punches and blocking or whatever. And I kind of sneak in there and land some good punches. And you know, when you're sparring, you don't go all out. You go like 50%, just enough to like land the punch and go, "Ha, gotcha." You know what I mean?
Yep.
So you know, I landed some solid hits on him, and I was getting kind of cocky. I was like, you know, I landed some hits on you, and I could see it. I could see his face, just a switch just turn on in his head, where he's like, "Oh, okay." And so then he completely changes his stance to a completely different fight style that I had never seen before, and he does this fucking move where he threw an elbow at me and missed me by a mile. And I was like, what? And then he threw another elbow, missed me by a mile. I was like, what? And then I looked over, and this motherfucker lifted up his leg past his head and scissor kicked me in the chin.
Jesus Christ.
He lifted his leg past his head and slammed it on my jaw, like on the tip of my chin, and it rocked me. I was like, what the fuck just happened?
I'm done with this. I ain't playing no more.
Oh no, I kept going. You don't stop until the clock stops. You keep going. You don't stop until you're knocked out. Like, that's just how it is. But yeah, he fucked me up after that. So yeah, I took him a lot more seriously after that. So I'm like, this dude did kill me.
Yeah, you just can't. Too many martial artists, man. Too much training. You can't fight anybody anymore.
Yeah, and when I say this dude was from Thailand, the way that they teach Muay Thai in Thailand is way more fucking brutal than they teach it here. And so here's an example. One thing that they did that you do when you do Muay Thai is that you have to desensitize your nerves. So what you do, or at least what they did to us, was they made us do like a squatting position, like like you're doing a squat, but you hold it, and you stick your arms out in front of you, and then they take a wiffle ball bat and they smack your shin, your outer thigh, your inner thigh, the side of your torso, and your abs, and they just smack you over and over and over again, so that you just become numb to being hit in those areas, and then they make you go kick a tire. They had a tractor. Because when you kick in Muay Thai, you don't kick with your foot, you kick with your shin. And so when you hit the tire with your shin, what you're doing is you're creating microfractures in your shin that will eventually heal over time. So the more microfractures you create, the stronger your shin bone is, which means you kick harder.
But why would you put yourself through that?
Well, I asked him that, and I said, like, is this really necessary? And he's like, oh, you should have seen how he did it in Thailand. I was like, how'd you do it in Thailand? He's like, oh, pretty much like that, but with bamboo.
Ah, fuck.
I was like, what? He's like, yeah, the worst part about it was getting all of our blood all over each other. It was real gross.
Just to fight.
Just to fight. To learn how to fight. Yes.
Man, I'm big pussy. Pussy. I'm pussy. Just like that bartender said, puss boy. She knows. She knew.
Boy. Yeah, but again, it's like it really did put things into perspective. It was like, man, this shit fucking sucks. And then he told me that, yeah, I used to get whipped with fucking bamboo instead of a wiffle ball bat. And it's like, okay, I guess I'll shut up now.
Yeah, I remember when I was playing football, I broke my pinky. Not my pinky, my ring finger was sideways. It looked like a 7.
Ooh.
And I remember screaming in pain, and I remember the coach going, "What's wrong, Cinderella?" And I'm like, "What?"
I broke my finger.
I go, "This finger." He goes, "Where? Over there?" I turned that. He took my finger and snapped it back, and he goes, "Get back out there, girly boy." And I'm like, "I'm done with football. That's it. I'm done. I quit." He's like, "What?" I said, "I quit." He goes, "You're the biggest guy on the team." And I says, "I don't care. I quit." Walk around broken fingers. Fuck you. Calling me a girl in front of everybody. It was more him. Like, my finger's fucking broken, asshole. But it did go back in the joint. I mean, he knew what he was doing, I guess, but.
I mean, to be honest, if you just snapped my finger back and not called me a bitch, I probably would have said
it really did hurt.
I probably would have I probably would have respected you more if you just went, "Oh, your finger's broken? Hang on, give me a sec. All right, there you go." You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's like, "Oh, it'll be all right, dude. It's fine." That's all I needed. Yeah. Not Cinderella, pussy, homo, girl. I'm trying to toughen these boys up. Well, my finger's broken.
Yeah, this is like an actual medical emergency.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it's not like I fell off my bike and scraped my knee. I broke my fucking finger.
Yeah, that was my end of my football career. It was the third day of football, I think.
3 days of high school football.
I don't get it. I didn't get it. It's like, what do I get out of this?
Yeah, I tried out for high school football once because because for me it was either like I could either do a sport that I would enjoy doing, or I would lean into my musical side of things and I would join marching band or performance band or join the orchestra or something like that. You know what I mean? So, but I couldn't do both, so I had to pick one. And so I tried out for football, and I showed up to trials, and then I kind of just realized you know what? Everyone on this team fucking bugs me. I don't like any of these guys.
I didn't like the locker room.
Yeah, I didn't like the locker room. I didn't like these guys. I didn't like hanging out with them. I thought they were fucking annoying. And to be fair, the band kids weren't really all that better. But at least band kids knew to leave me the fuck alone. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and they weren't doing stuff to girls. No, I mean in a negative way. No, the jock way is you putting some stuff in drinks and doing that kind of thing, and the band thing is getting a girl high with some weed.
Nothing like that. No, but
no, the jocks are super bad at scoring chicks. They really are. They're really bad at picking up women because they're stupid because they keep banging into each other's heads all day.
Yeah. Imagine that, a sport where you have to wear a helmet just so that you don't give yourself a concussion, and you can still end up getting a concussion anyway.
Go to a card signing once and try to have a conversation with any ex-NFL player. Them guys are duds. Duds.
They are fried. It's dunzo.
They've smashed their head into something thousands of times for countless years. What do you think? How's that going to end for you?
It reminds, again, we're going back to fucking South Park, but it reminds me of the fucking South Park bit that they did of fucking Sarcastaball. But that part that they did in the very beginning when they were watching the NFL, and they were just like, "Oh, look, here's a bunch of retired NFL football players come to address the crowd, and okay, one of them has his pants around his ankles. Yeah, that one looks like he thinks he's driving an invisible car." And he's clearly confused and has no idea where he's at.
It's bad. Even Brett Favre, Parkinson's.
Yeah, Parkinson's.
That guy got beat up worse than any human being to ever play football.
Yeah, but I think he managed to do all right for himself.
He never missed a start. Guys would try to hurt him, and he would get up and laugh at him. Didn't miss one start until the end.
Yeah.
When he got knocked out on a football field that was like a concrete because it was frozen.
Oh,
and
yeah.
They knocked him silly for one last time, and he was done.
I mean, yeah. If you're known for being a dude that could take the punishment and then just get back up and laugh, and then you got taken down and got legitimately knocked out, wouldn't that be the sign to you? It's like, yeah, you know what? I think that's it.
People just are unforgiving.
Yeah, they really are, especially in sports.
That in real life, the funny thing is Vince Neil has a stroke.
Mm-hmm.
He goes out. He's trying to get back to playing live. He goes out and does a show, and people are ripping him apart. And he's like, "I've been in a hospital for a year, working back to just standing up, let alone doing a show, and I got to listen to you assholes telling me to retire. Fuck you."
But is that really an unfair thing to say? You had a fucking stroke, dude.
Well, I understand that, but I mean, have a little bit of compassion for a human being. The guy's 67 years old, and you expect him to go up there and look and sing like he's 19 years old. And I just saw him 3 times in the last 2 weeks here, And for an old man that just had a stroke, he's really put it back together. Still not that good, but he never was.
Yeah, it wasn't that good, but that's not the point.
You don't go to a Motley Crue show for the music. It's just the way it is. You go for the party.
Yeah.
None of them bands sounded good. Not one band sounded good until about the year 2005. When they started using tapes and...
Yeah, they actually had better production value, and they actually put some effort and money into it.
Well, that and faked everything.
Well, that too, yeah.
You know, that Motley Crue show I went to, those chicks weren't singing. The guys weren't singing. It was all. I think it was all fake, to be honest. But who cares? I guess.
Well, yeah,
right?
but we've seen what happens when Motley Crue tries to play legitimately.
Yeah, it's not good. They can't play. I tell you what, though, I was never a big fan of John 5 until now. I just got to see John 5 play with Motley Crue, and my God, that guy is a monster on the guitar. That guy was playing his solos with one hand, laughing. Like,
he's playing Motley Crue.
And for some reason, he just put some energy back into that band that was gone. It was a great time. I'd recommend it. There's 2 more shows left. Tomorrow night, which I'm going, MGM Grand in Las Vegas, and Saturday night, Tommy Lee's birthday. I will also be there. It's going to be an awesome weekend.
You got to get at least some audio of their performance, so that we can determine if it was pre-recorded or just studio audio or not. Because it would be the smart thing if they faked it, to be honest. Because, like I said, there's so many different recordings and performances that Motley Crue has done in the past that just got memed to fuck. and they have not recovered since.
Well, I've talked to people that saw Led Zeppelin.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, they were awful. They sounded like shit. But it didn't matter. You know what I mean? Jimi Hendrix would come out fucking completely fucked up. Nobody cared that the show sucked. As long as he said, "Ooh, Foxy Lady" at the right time, everybody was happy. As long as they played the same song together, they were happy.
Yeah.
But now, if you go and the band's off one note or anything, I want a refund.
Yeah, for real.
Well, the main reason is everybody's fucking sober at the show, which sucks. That's not fun anymore. That's the other thing that made me sad at the Motley Crue show. Too many sober people.
Again, a vast majority of those people probably can't party as hard as they used to, or as much as they'd like to.
Well, they can't afford it at $18 a beer.
That too. Yeah, they made it prohibitively expensive to get fucking wasted.
And I'm like, $100 for a fucking $8 t-shirt? Are you kidding me?
$100
for a fucking t-shirt?
That is absurd.
They had a Motley Crue leather jacket. Hey, our old friend the alien's back. Mr. Duggar 420. Greetings, aliens.
Hey, man. I haven't seen you in a hot minute.
We love me, Digger 420.
Hope you're enjoying the program, brother.
And, I think raping the fans or shit, we're YouTube banned. Sorry.
There we go. Now we got the 18 plus. We did it.
There we go.
That did it.
Got it.
Finally, we nailed it.
Our show's so boring. The bots probably gave up by now.
See, that's the ultimate goal, is that we force the AI to listen to us, and eventually it'll just give up.
Much like my teachers at school.
Yes.
I don't understand why gouging the fans is. I don't understand what you're doing to us. We can't afford to go to any of our shows.
Yeah. Yeah, I already had to put money aside just to pay for the fucking ticket. I'm not going to pay $100 for a t-shirt that's going to get a hole in the armpit as soon as I put it in the washing machine.
Like, just for example, Saturday night, I went out. The ticket was $400
Fuck.
for the second balcony.
What?
But they're perfect. It's the perfect sound. It's an Dolby surround sound. So if you sit in the middle part there, that's the best sound experience.
Okay, so yeah, you actually have a speaker system nearby, so at least there's that.
So I brought $300 with me in cash. No more cash. Can't walk up and hand the bartender $20 anymore and get a beer. Nope. Got to get a wristband, load money onto it, and all this bullshit. And I'm like, for fuck's sakes, why? Now I'm already mad.
Yeah, to streamline the process, I guess. I don't know.
And then I want to have a smoke.
Mm-hmm.
Had a couple beers. Got to have a cigarette. Oh, you can't come back in if you leave. Where do I smoke? You don't. Oh. All right. Well, I guess next time I come, I'm bringing some Zins. Sucks. So I'm just sitting there drinking these $18 beers that I have to pay with a credit card. Wearing my $100 Motley Crue shirt with a tear in my eye because I can't afford to bring a chick. It's too expensive.
Well, you know what our trick is. We did this when me, my brother, and my dad when we went and saw Slayer on their farewell tour, which eventually ended up being not the farewell tour. But you know, we had our seats and we were up in the nosebleeds, and you know, my dad had that same problem where he was just like, man, I want to fucking smoke a cigarette, but we can't fucking, you know, we can't leave. And so what we did was just like, we just looked around. It was just like, you know, that section over there in the nosebleeds is completely empty. Why don't we just go over there? So we just moved over there and we just fucking smoked cigarettes and just watched the show. And, you know, we weren't fucking like blatant about it. You know, we kind of like tucked it under our chins and just like were real sneaky about it. But still, there's like, you just needed to find a spot where the security guards won't give a fuck. They're not paying attention because there's 4 dudes over there and they're just sitting.
They don't care as long as somebody doesn't narc you off.
Yeah.
Fucking everybody's got a narc you. And Mr. Duggar 420 says, "We will obey. You will obey." He says. What we're going to obey, we don't know.
I'm sure we'll find out eventually.
And if we do obey, what are your demands for us to obey too?
Yeah. What is it exactly that I have to abide by? Let's just say that.
I remember when I could smoke on planes. I know, Jesus, I still see to this day the ashtrays in the planes, some of the older planes.
If I got on a plane and I saw an ashtray, I'm getting the fuck off the plane.
It's a different world back then. I mean, not one person hated the smell of smoke.
Yeah,
not one person had a mental breakdown because there was smoking going on.
Yeah. Well, the reason why I said that is not because I'm against smoking, but it's because if I get on a plane and I see ashtrays, I know this plane is old as fuck.
Yeah, it's got to be 50 years old.
Yeah, I'm not flying on this fucking thing. I'm gonna get on the next goddamn plane. I don't care. I'll wait here 6 hours.
Yeah, I came in on the tail end. I remember as a kid sitting in a Denny's full of smoke.
Yeah.
You'll drink your $18 beer and like it, he says.
Yeah, and then in the Pacific Northwest, not so much Idaho. Idaho, they don't really care, but Oregon and Washington, they are very strict on like where you can smoke. Like you have to like, if you're smoking a cigarette in public in Washington, you have to be at least 20 feet away from a public entrance to a building.
Yeah,
Like, that's the law, and it's fucking ridiculous. But then because I grew up in the area, I'm just used to it, and that's just what you do. You just stay away from people and you smoke away. You know what I mean? And but then I went down to Texas to go attend my friend's wedding, and before the wedding, we all went to a bar, and so I went up to the bar, I ordered my drinks, and I was just waiting for the drinks to get there. And then I just heard the dude next to me just light a cigarette and just smoke. And I just stared at him. I was just like, what the hell is he doing? And then I looked around and I saw 2 or 3 other people smoking. So then I got my drinks and I brought them back to the table, and I was just like, you can smoke in here?
I know. It is it's like a bizarro world.
It is like a bizarro world, and I am not a Texan. I'm Pacific Northwest dude. I looked like I walked out of a fucking grunge magazine. I stuck out like a sore thumb. I walked up, and I'm staring at this dude, and it was like, "You're smoking a cigarette in a bar?
It's crazy."
Yeah.
Hey, don't open that beer. Don't open the beer in the truck, dude. It's like, we can drink in the truck. Don't worry about it. Huh?
Yeah, that was the best night of my life. I partied like a motherfucker. It's like, I can smoke as much cigarettes as I want, and I don't have to leave. This is great.
Yeah, because this is me going to every event. Go get a beer, drink a couple of beers, sit and watch the thing. I gotta have a smoke. Then you gotta go on a hike somewhere. And then you go out and you smoke, and then you come back in, you have a couple more beers, like, I gotta have another smoke. And then by the time you have about 5-6 beers in you, you're just holding court in the smoking patio with everybody. Missed the whole concert.
Yeah, or you have the problem that I have sometimes, and this has happened to me before, where I go drink and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go smoke, and I go smoke, and then somebody else comes out to smoke, and then I get into a conversation with this dude. You know what I mean? And I actually get into this conversation, so I'm just like, all right, I'll smoke another cigarette. And I keep talking to this dude. I was like, yeah, I'll smoke another cigarette. And then by the 4th time I smoke a cigarette, my nose starts to bleed. I'm like, what the fuck?
I know. It's like, and it's loading up on cigarettes doesn't do anything.
No,
because 10 minutes from after you smoke the last one, you're going to want to go out and have another one when you're watching a band or event or a game.
Yeah, especially for me, if I've been drinking, I really want a cigarette.
If I had a time machine, I would go back to 1972 Minnesota North Stars hockey game where guys were smoking weed, cigarettes, cigars, 50-cent beers, and the fans would fight.
Yes.
And they would fucking yell F words and just spit on people, and there'd be little kids going, yeah, I love this. Little kids never get to experience that ever again.
No, now little kids are taught to be horrified about those things.
When the fucking players were smoking cigarettes on the bench before they went back out.
Yeah, back when baseball players would literally just be spit and chew into the dugout.
That's when football was fun, when these guys there was just a bunch of old drunks every Sunday to get together and play a game.
Yeah.
There was no working out.
Yeah.
Lifting weights.
No, it just looked like a 6-on-6 sumo wrestling match.
I like them old 70s professional wrestlers too, just like middle-aged fat guys. We kicked non-smokers out of our smoking spots.
Yeah, you kicked us out of your non-smoking spot. You don't get to be in our smoking spot.
Get out of here, you woke.
Yeah, get your squishy, clean lungs out of here.
because I like when I'm out like in front of a store or something, I'm having a cigarette, and somebody will walk by and they'll go, and I'm like, do you have any idea what's in the fucking air right now? Give me a fucking break.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
that smell of cigarette 30 feet away put you into an asthmatic attack. Get the fuck off of here.
Yeah. Yeah. By the way, when was the last time you did a what's the term? Well, when was the last time you did an emissions test on your car? You know, that car that you drive every day and you inhale the gas that you burn every day. And what about the buses that you walk by every day? You think the shit that they expel, you think that's good for you?
Yeah, and at the time I lived in California, where the wildfires, if the wind went south, would basically smoke out the whole town.
Oh yeah, yeah, we have wildfires up here too. Not nearly. I mean, it does get bad, but it doesn't happen in like real big cities like Los Angeles. You know what I mean? But I do remember there was a lot of times where there was like a fire going on and it's just fucking smoke everywhere, and you can't see anything. Like you can't see like 20 feet in front of you. There's so much smoke. And I would literally just be outside smoking a cigarette, just looking at people, just like, smoky, huh?
And you're like, yeah, that instant, that one little sniff of a Marlboro cigarette is putting you out.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
It's just, I hate people like that. I hate people that overreact to the dumbest stuff. You know, guys that don't do drugs but just like the way they smell. You know,
That's a Rodney Dangerfield joke.
oh, Rodney, the best.
Yes, absolutely.
Rodney used to pull the greatest power move ever.
Which was?
You'd come over to his house, he would be in his robe, and he'd have his dick and balls hanging out. And he would just talk to you. Hey, you want to smoke some weed? He loved weed. Rodney smoked so much weed.
Somehow that doesn't surprise me.
And he had to get these robes custom made because he kept lighting himself on fire. He had the old weed where the seeds would pop and light your clothes on fire.
There was a thing I heard Norm say about Rodney that was so fucking funny. It was I think Rodney was like hosting SNL, or they were like celebrating his birthday or something like that. And Norm goes over, you know, because Norm's a huge fan of Rodney, obviously, and he went over to talk to him, and I guess Rodney was just kind of down about the whole thing, and Norm was just like, well, you know, what's bugging you? And Rodney's just like, just this whole show business thing. Like he just went on this whole tangent about like how ridiculous show business is and how it's nothing like stand up and how they expect me to be an actor and like do all this shit. And you know, he's like, I tell you, this whole acting show business thing it's bullshit. It's all bullshit, man. They tell you to show up they tell you to show up to do this movie, and I'm just sitting in my trailer jerking off all day. And he said, and then Rodney ended it by looking at me, and he's like, listen to me, kid. If there's any advice that I can give you, it's that stand up is where it's at. You just stay with stand up. Everything else is shit. Just stay with stand up. And then Norm said, I just kind of nodded. And then after a brief silence, Rodney just goes, stand up is shit.
I tell you what, kid, it's all bad. It's all bad, kid.
It all sucks.
Oh, I love them old guys. Oh, I love them. I tell you what, none of it's been worth a goddamn dime. All right. I think we've gotten to the point where we're too stoned.
Absolutely.
I think we were too stoned a while ago. I had no idea we went this long. This is crazy tonight.
No, but we had Mr. Duggar show up late, so we had to push it a little bit.
And this is a 30-minute show, a 3-hour show. But
Yes.
I had a great time tonight. We had the best. Got no respect. Rodney, the best line of Rodney ever that I still use to this day is, I found my wife cheating on me with my buddy Fred. And I look at Fred and I go, Fred, I got to, but you?
Yeah, that's the one.
You want to fuck this horrendous bag that I sleep with? Why? But you? What, you got no class?
It was another one of Rodney's that I fucking love was I went to my wife the other day and I told her that I'm just feeling so down about myself. I'm just super depressed and I just need something to really boost my spirits. Like she's like, what's the matter? And I told her like, it's just I don't like how I look and the way I sound and it's just everything about me. I just feel so bad about it. I could really use a compliment right now. And my wife says, well, your eyesight is perfect.
He was the goat, man. He really was the goat of one-liners.
Oh yeah, just every fucking one-liner was just a non-stop haymaker to the face every time.
And for all you woke people out there, Rodney Dangerfield was really pushing for boys to play in girls' sports.
Was he?
Yeah. Remember Ladybugs, where he dressed the boy up as a girl to play soccer?
Oh
and
yeah,
they won.
I forgot about that.
And that destroyed that kid so bad he ended up unlifing himself.
Yeah, and I forgot about that one. But
fucking Ladybugs. That movie, by the way, is the best. Him and Jack A.
Yeah. Another Rodney Dangerfield. I'm sure everybody knows this scene, but it was from Caddyshack, where Rodney walks into the shopping center, whatever it's called, of the country club, and he just goes in like, whoa, look at all this ridiculous stuff. And he's like, whoa, who would wear this? And then he like grabs one of those fucking bucket hats or whatever, it puts it on, and he's like, man, look at this. This is the kind of hat that you get with a bowl of soup. and he looks over at the dude and he's wearing the exact same hat and he just goes, oh, but it looks good on you. But I love that though. It's like, this is the kind of hat that you get with a bowl of soup. I'm like, that is so funny, but it makes no fucking sense.
He was the best. I think the best, of course, was Back to School. I think that was his best.
Oh yeah, that one's great.
She's gonna work on my Longfellow. Dice Clay at Rodney's. Yes, that was Dice Clay's best work.
Oh yeah.
No, Rodney was responsible for a lot of comics. Dice, Kinnison, all them guys.
Yeah. A lot of those guys who were considered like, comedic legends is because Rodney gave them a shot.
Yeah, you got to see Mark Maron talking about him and Sam Kinison up doing drugs all night. Look me in the eyes, Maron. Look me in the eyes. I don't trust a man that won't look me in the eyes. Someday I'll party as hard as Sam Kinison.
I don't know if that's something you should really achieve because I'm pretty sure that's what killed him.
That's his best joke of all time. They're like, yeah, Sam's here at the party. And he's like, oh, you guys doing a little blow, huh? Yeah, we're doing a couple little lines. Oh, Sam, here's yours. Suck it up with a garden hose. And I'm just sitting in the corner the rest of the night going, hey, God, you going to let me live tonight? Or is this the night I'm going?
Yeah, for real.
Oh, he's the best. He's the best marriage advice ever. I should have listened to him. You'll be out cutting your goddamn grass with scissors just to get away with from her.
That is so goddamn true.
All right. Well, we're gonna go because we have other things to do. I have to watch my final 2 episodes of Dexter, Resurrection.
Yeah, how is that, by the way?
I love it. I love it.
Really?
I just love watching people being murdered. I mean, how can you not like that?
I mean, yeah, that's always a good clean American fun right there.
It really is. Dexter's really good at killing people.
Yeah.
I hope they don't kill him off at the end of this season again.
Yeah, I hope they don't kill. Yeah, I hope they don't kill him off again.
I mean, last time we saw him, he was laying in his son shot him in the chest, and he was laying there, and his blood was going into the snow.
Yeah, but I guess he lived.
But apparently, because of the cold temperature, it slowed his heart rate down, and it didn't pump the blood out as fast as it normally would. So that's how he survived.
That's not how that works. If it's so cold that it slows down your heart rate and your blood doesn't leak out anymore, that's fucking hypothermia. You die. That's not how that works.
I know. I'm not watching it because it's good. I'm watching it because it's so fucking bad.
That is the dumbest shit I have ever heard.
Yeah, I'm telling you, Jason Voorhees being struck with lightning in the middle of the night makes more sense.
Yes, that makes more sense than that. What the fuck?
Okay, Dexter. No. Resurrection.
Oh, God. Yeah. All right. Well, yeah. Once you watch those 2 episodes, we're gonna have to do an episode where you give me your honest critique of it. And,
yeah. I mean, they got the Batista's back, and I mean, they have to shoehorn in cameos from the old cast.
Of course.
I mean, it's just like, can this dude get another job?
Evidently not.
You're either going to be Dexter or you're going to be nothing. I guess I'll sign up to do another Dexter.
Yeah, what other things has that dude done? I can't think. I don't think he's done anything.
Well, last season he did a Dexter prequel, but he just did the voiceover. He had a young kid play him.
Right. Yeah, he was the narrator.
And I'm like, damn, this fucking Showtime has nothing else. Nothing else.
No, they had nothing else. They brought back a show that they already tried to bring back, and everybody hated when they brought it back.
You fucked up the first one so bad at the end that no one ever wanted to see it again.
Yes. And then when you tried to bring it back, even your explanation was bullshit and makes no goddamn sense.
And, his son still thinks he's dead. It's just gay. All right, we got to get out of here. We could go literally another 4 hours if we really wanted to tonight because we are on fire. I mean, the comedy has just been spitting hard.
Oh yeah, just nothing but just constant back and forth. We could talk about whatever I'm sure we could do a 24-hour stream if we really wanted to, but I ain't doing a 24-hour stream for fucking free.
I did it once with my wife.
Well, yeah, but at least it was with your wife, so it's not like you had anywhere to go.
When you go one-on-one with a lady 24 hours, demons appear. Leave it at that.
Yeah, I imagine about hour 3 was when things started to spiral out of control.
Like your voice, I can't handle it no more.
I can't handle it anymore. I've heard this story 12 times already, and that was before we started this show.
And I was there when it happened.
I was literally there when it happened.
All right, well, let everybody know where they can catch you, and then I'm just going to let everybody know up front. This week will be 12 a.m. on the Notch Pacific time, Wednesday and Thursday, Johnny Cush Live. That's all I got to promote.
Okay. Then that will be at MHH Network on Rumble, Wednesdays and Thursdays at midnight Pacific time, like Johnny said. Also, MHH Network on YouTube, that you're listening right now, Pause Reality, and others. But also at Marijuana Happy on X, and myself, Marco V with 2 E's, 193 on X, so that you can tag us, message us, if you have something that you want us to talk about, or even if you want to be on the show, give either of us a message. We pretty much have anybody on to talk about whatever it is that you want.
Absolutely. We're two know-it-alls that know nothing.
Exactly. Yes. And if Rumble and YouTube isn't your fancy, well, if you have a Twitch, then I'm on Twitch, Marco V193, where Mondays 10 p.m. me and Johnny play. Well, we play Mass Effect at the moment, but we're getting real close to the end, and the game that I have planned for after that is going to be real fun, and you definitely want to follow for that. But I also do streams of my own on 12:30 p.m. on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. And, if I have the time and if I feel like it, but Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, 12:30 p.m. for sure. 10 p.m. Mondays for me and Johnny playing Mass Effect or whatever else it is I plan on traumatizing Johnny with. And thank you, everybody, for your time, your time and your attention, and not necessarily your money. Even if you offered us your money, we wouldn't take it. Because the principle,
buy yourself a snack tomorrow. Buy yourself something nice instead of giving us the money. Have yourself a snack.
Yeah, get yourself a snack. Get yourself a joint. The money that you normally would give to a streamer, they say, "Hey, I appreciate what you do." No, we appreciate you enough that we want you to keep your money to spend on weed.
Yes, and if you don't spend your money on weed, you're going to be very sad indeed.
Indubitably.
On the news, a rare dime hidden for decades sells for over $500,000. An extraordinary rare
Thank you so much, Pause Reality. Thank you so much, Mr. Duggar 420,
1970s has just
Dirty
sold
D,
for just over
and
$500,000. Who needs
me
when you got
and Marco, of course.
You got that sticky icky.
And also earlier, I don't think he's still in here, but thank you, Cecil Ree, for hopping over from Dalish's stream. To give us a sympathetic subscribe. I don't know if you're listening, but in case you are, thank you, man. I appreciate it. I swear to God, I need to make like a 10-hour extended version of this song.
I could listen to this all night.
That's the real dimes you need, right?
By the way, Dalish also still plays this on her live streams.
You need that Abraham Lincoln Kush.
Yeah,
dog.
She's the best.
You smoke the
absolutely. Yeah, shout out to Dirty Dalish on YouTube.
You know what I'm saying?
Best female streamer in my book.
Slaves, motherfucker.
Underground.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
She's nice too. She's a nice lady.
She is a nice lady.
Abraham Lincoln Kush.
Young lady. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I don't want to offend.
What, calling her nice is offensive?
No, just lady. I mean, nice young lady.
Okay, yeah, you gotta throw that young in there.
Underground Railroad shit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it sounds a little old school.
Yeah, that's
all right. Thank you, brother.
Thank you, man. I'll catch you Monday. Peace out, y'all.
From the news, a rare